Yep.
Good.
Everybody, welcome to Shadow Stories Terror on Flight 1313. Welcome your cast and your master of ceremonies, Marcus Flores.
Marcus, take a bow.
Oh,
Woohoo!
hello! Son of a gun, here we are. Hold on one second. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching on YouTube later. Hold on one second. Gotta steady myself for this very scary flight. It's the Shadow Stories. It's Mystic Midway's Shadow Stories. Tonight's episode, Terror on Flight 1313. And as all of you know, I'm terrible at being serious. So, it's pretty much going to be a fun drive-in movie, a good B movie. That's our goal for tonight, is to entertain you with a good drive-in movie from the late 70s, early 80s, which we will be using. Spirit of 77. It is a Powered by the Apocalypse role-playing game dedicated to those movies and television shows that we love, or you heard your older brother or cool uncle say they loved from the 70s and 80s. So, I'm Marcus Flores. I will be your game master for tonight, pilot in my beautiful executive lounge on the jumbo jet flight 1313, and I will hand you around to the cast, and everybody's going to introduce themselves and who they will be playing tonight as, and if you could introduce yourself, who you're playing tonight, and possibly what roles you'll be playing. So I'm going to switch it over to this way. It's Badger. Say hi.
Hello, I'm Badger McInnes, and I will be playing Nick Novak, intrepid reporter, always in search of the supernatural.
The supernatural. Oh, he's so cool. And down below, down this way, is Mark Johnson. Say hello, and who you playing? Mm-hmm. Bolt Devers. Exciting. He's the unknown stuntman that made Eastwood such a star. And on to this section from far in the future, probably 1981, is Devin Nelson. Say hello.
Hi, I'm Devin. I'm going to be playing Xander Kizui, the priest of Korg, a holy man with a synthesizer.
That's how you say his last name. I was like, how is Devin say? Is it Kazak? What is it?
It means strange in Japanese, and it also sounds like keys.
Ah, that's cool. Very, very nice. And last but not least, it is our friend. Over. I'm going to point this way. Alexei, say hello.
Hi, I'm Alexei. I'm going to be playing a sinister aging hippie known only as The Connection.
No.
He has a big, hey man, for everybody here.
I like it's a little Janice there too from the Muppets.
Hair adjacent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, of course, this is a B movie. It's a drive-in movie. It's a beautiful midnight movie. Terror on Flight 1313 is a movie that didn't quite make it to DVD. We're hoping one day we're gonna land that deal. Shout Factory's gonna see it, and we're gonna get it on DVD or Blu-ray. But for now, you can find it in the dollar VHS section of Amoeba. And but Flight 1313 takes place in this weird mix of, it could be very late 70s, it could be very early 80s. We're just going to play around with it and see what we like from all of those. And I guess we're going to get right on in it. So here we go. So we start with all of you boarding a plane. It's boarding a plane out of Heathrow, so just out of London. Say it's about 6 p.m. and you're all flying either back to the States or to the States. Some are probably vacationing to the States, and it's very it's like Love Boat Traveler montage. There's music playing. It's somewhat uplifting, a little ominous. There's flight attendants, stewardesses greeting you on your way in, and so I'm going to say, everybody, give me a montage. We'll go around, and I'll point to you. What the camera sees, without sound. It's just with the music playing, as the credits for Terror on flight 1313 comes up. So the connection. What do we see as you're getting on the plane?
The connection shuffles down. He is kind of like long, stringy hair, more salt than pepper, long mustache, big glasses, a paisley headband, buckskin jacket over a very, very bright tie-dye shirt, suede pants, bell-bottom flares. But he doesn't move so fast anymore. The connection. He's he shuffles a little bit. He's traveling real light, but he does have a very nice briefcase in one hand, and he makes it to the front. There's this is the 70s, so it's not like they have any of those newfangled X-ray machines or anything. He just shows a passport.
Not even air marshals yet.
Yeah.
What are those?
No, he shows a passport. He shows it's the Dutch passport with a photo that looks, vaguely like him. And the stewardess looks at it briefly, and just closes it and hands it back to him, and wishes him well. And he totters into the long. Or do we actually just like walk down the tarmac to the plane these days?
No, I will say, because this is a big old jumbo jet, the old school 747. So you're getting loaded on thing. So yeah, you can flash of the peace sign.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, peace, lady.
And it just goes past them, and they they give you a peace sign back. One of them gives you a little right on. And that's where we see our flight attendants, or one of them, and a young brunette woman who you flash the peace sign to, very girl next door farmer's daughter looking, and she's got the.
Can we see that there's one flight attendant who not this more perhaps less worldly farmer's daughter, a different flight attendant who shares like a conspiratorial wink with the connection.
Nice.
As she passes, she sort of gives him the eye, and he's like,
nice. Yeah. She's a bit older, feathered blonde hair. Nice. You could tell, little disco connection.
Right. Yeah.
Nice. And after that, where we I seem muted. Maybe I'm just too far away. Twitch, can you hear me? Chat, can you hear my voice, or am I muted?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Chat, how are we doing out there?
You're saying they can't hear you on the interwebs?
Yeah, somebody made that comment.
Oh,
So he said they couldn't hear Mark.
Yeah, somebody made that comment.
Yeah, you're good. Oh, my sound was out earlier. We should be
Oh, your sound was out earlier.
Yeah. I'm Bolt Devers, everybody.
Mark.
Bolt Devers.
Mark.
In case you missed it, Bolt Devers. There.
Right.
That's
I
it.
should have known. I don't know.
You
I
can't
saw
tell.
Mark.
Yeah. We
I
should
don't
be good now.
respond often to Mark unless it's my mom, but or my sister, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, it was me. Yeah, in the beginning.
Okay, fine.
Worked it out.
So, and then after that, we're going to cut to Devin, your character. Sorry, Xandor. Xander. We'll cut to your character's montage of getting on the plane. What does that look like?
So as he's like approaching the like desk to board the plane, some security guards kind of come accost him. Because he's like carrying a big case that looks like it could be like a rifle. And when he opens it up, it's actually a synthesizer. And I imagine him being played by a young George Takei. They like he's very handsome, but they've like nerded him up a lot. But he's wearing like a skinny tie and like a nice fitted shirt and some skinny jeans.
Is it a successful nerding up, or is it like you can? It's just a costume look to him.
Yeah, just a costume look.
Oh, George is just too handsome for that.
Yeah. But he's like, oh, don't worry, brother, don't worry. This is just my tool to connect our spirits to the heavens. And then he starts like jamming out on the keyboard.
pops it down as everybody's boarding the plane.
Is this a Casio?
No, it's super high tech.
Yeah. And it's as I said, it's not the size of a piano, so you're like, it's brand new and funky. And then that music kind of filters into the score a bit. And we get
like, brothers and sisters, have you heard the good tone?
he starts speaking out. Which is fun because there's like Hare Krishnas behind you who are like, yes. After that, we show a family coming on. There is probably say a 15-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old son. Man and wife. He obviously is on vacation, but has that businessman look to him. And they're loading up. The kids are kind of sitting down. Xander, as you pass by, one of them, the little boy, kind of jumps up. He's got this funky, weird, it almost looks like it's made out of wicker, kind of hound or wolf mask. we just see it without sound, like try to scare you over the seat. And then we cut to Bolt Devers. What does the camera see in the opening minutes of the movie?
Sorry, was that me?
Yes, it was. Bolt Devers.
Bolt Devers has got a kind of nerdy-looking German guy. He's sort of watching as he's sort of pushing him a little ahead of him, keeping an eye out. He sees one of the Moonies and kind of knocks him out of the way, so he can kind of keep an eye on the guy.
Yeah, we're throwing all the there's all right, Krishnas. You're throwing the Moonies out of the way. It's late '70s when there's just cults everywhere.
He nods to some of the the pilot. As he's kind of coming in, kind of makes a connection with him. He's done some stunt piloting in his life, so feels a little bit of a connection with all these people. Kind of just looks kind of cool, and sort of rolls in there and makes sure that his package is getting through. And
right, you kind of look at the big window, and there's this big kind of canvas covered cage
Nice.
getting loaded
Yes.
onto the back of the jumbo jet, and we see like a few of the attendants like talking to one another, and one of them tries to peek under and jumps back like
Right.
whoa.
Exactly.
And the other one's laughing, and they're pushing the cart forward or the cage forward onto the bottom of the plane.
And there we go.
Wonderful. Yeah, and the little professor.
Yeah. And he'll sit on the window side. I'll sit on the outside. He'll
Okay,
get stuck
he
on
kind
the
of
inside there. With
gets shoved down a bit. It's very very average Joe looking. He's in a frumpy. If you know Charles Grodin, he's like very
nice.
just super
Yeah.
plain,
Great.
plain, probably the plainest person possible.
I'm just a regular guy here.
He's got the cords with the wallaby loafers on and everything, and he's got the short sleeve shirt on, and he's got a heavier jacket over that. And does the camera see that he's got cuffs on, or is it? The audience knows that like there's a thing, and he's kind of watching it, but he's trying to he's got a coat maybe kind of over it, so the thing.
Unless you're really looking, you might not know.
Okay,
but the audience knows.
Okay, he gets plunked down in there, and he's just nervously looking out the window.
Right. And I'm relaxed. I'm like, it's cool, man. Just take it easy. Just don't act, out, and we'll be good.
Nice. And after him, we see getting onto the plane, and they're playing and tossing around these red, white, and blue basketballs. And you could tell it's a team because they got their jacket on, and they're the Bronx Ballers. Bronx Ballers, everyone knows, and the Bronx Ballers in this movie are playing the Bronx Ballers.
Of course.
And we all know that the Bronx Ballers, of course, is this really fun exhibition basketball team. They do lots of stunts and fun work. They're kind of clowns, but they're also super, super talented, like slam dunks, just off a trampoline kind of things. Led by led by Duke Green, who's just this super charismatic African American man who just has this broad winning smile, and he kind of catches everybody on the plane with smiles, and people are like asking for autographs and all that stuff. So they're loading on. You don't see their nemesis team, the Generals, who is just like the schlub team who always takes the loss. I think at this time, and say it's late 1970s, the Generals may have won one game of the 600 that they've played against the Ballers. And so they're performing their stunts and having a good time. The music kind of picks up into their music a little bit. That was probably in the contract that their music goes into the score at some point, and
Stunt casting.
and they're all getting kind of loaded up into first class, and which I'll ask you after I introduce everybody which section of plane you're sitting in, and then after that we get to Nick Novak. What do we see when this all passes by? We'll say the camera kind of zips past first class, past a spinning basketball by Cricket Joe, and Cricket Joe's like, it's on his head, and it gets passed onto you.
So the camera pans down the center aisle of the plane, and I've already taken my seat. And before you see the rest of me, you see my frumpled hat and a cloud of pipe smoke. I'm sitting in between two people who, when the camera actually moves me into frame, you can see that they're really annoyed because you can hear the sound of typewriter clacking away. And so you see
he's already got his typewriter out.
Yeah, hunched over my typewriter, typed in my mouth, and a voiceover begins saying, "It was a dark and stormy night as the steel and the aluminum winged tube flung itself, yours truly, 155 other passengers across the inky blackness towards the good old US of A. I was returning from my latest story, one that convoluted the tether to tether me all the way from merry old England. A certain His Royal Highness Sir Albert Wooster had called upon my services and keen investigative eyes to help research what ended up being known as the case of the pickled ghost of Southwick. What began as a simple case of a ghoulish, gherkin-esque gathering forlornly spiraled out into a tragic web of deceit, murder, brine, extortion, cucumbers, and that oldest of human motivations, sex. But now, with that case added to the towering stack of the clothes pile, I can finally catch some shut-eye before we arrive in the city of angels. Clack, 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 clack.
Just going at it, pipe in mouth, right? That's right, because we do have smoking and non-smoking section on a plane. And I loved that planes used to, and I do remember this, non-smoking section on a plane. You're like, it's a plane.
With recirculated air.
It is all smoking section. Even the cockpit is the smoking section.
It's probably the heaviest one of all.
Yeah, just that's the bar, really. And so after that, let's see, the rest of the cast comes on because, Terror on Flight 1313 is one of those classic ensemble horror / disaster films where there's tons of characters and everybody has side stories that we never really go into. You know, if you've watched Big Trouble Little China, you're like, what about Eddie's story? Eddie seemed really interesting. The bud, like, what, Gracie, like, anybody, like, can we follow up on him? But yeah, there's all of that's happening. We'll say that there's two nuns are getting on a plane. One a bit much younger. She's got like a big acoustic guitar across her back, and she's smiling at everybody.
Nice.
The other one is slightly older, 30-ish, late 30s, and she looks a little more stern. She's got kind of this paperwork, and she's
she have
talking.
A big wooden cross?
Yeah, she's got the big one. Yeah. And of course, it's like dangling, and the camera's like on it, like dun 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 dun, something, this could be a plot point, and they take their seats. It's the 1970s airplane movie. There's obviously another young 11-year-old girl traveling by herself. There's a happy younger couple with a very pregnant woman on the plane, and there you are. Yeah, she's got but she actually has like the big red frizzy hair, freckles, and her boyfriend is kind of very like he could be a musical journalist for Rolling Stones, long black hair, Asian man with the thick mustache, also in his 20s, and which, anybody who would like to examine real life would say, like, there's no way a super pregnant woman should be on a plane right now, but it might be a disaster film, so a super pregnant woman is on this plane right now. And and everybody starts to get their seats. And so let me ask you all, and I'll go around now. I'll start with Nick Novak. What section are you sitting in? Are you first class or coach or business?
Oh, definitely coach.
Okay.
Yeah. They're not going to let my frumpled white suit and pork
right, the old crumpled seersucker. They're like, no. Yeah, the editor didn't shell out for that.
Carrying two big typewriter cases and my luggage. No. With tape recorder strapped around my neck.
Yeah. It's just as it takes off, you just hear this clung above you. Potentially death machines that could come flying out of there.
I hope you secure those well.
Bolt Devers.
Yes.
What section of plane are you in? Or are you
I
in
will be
business first or coach?
It depends how good my client is. But I think I'm probably going coach. Smoking section.
Of course.
So I can smoke my cigar later.
Yeah, your cheroot.
Yeah, I gotta wait till we make it up into the air safely, and then I'm gonna have a celebratory survival cigar.
Nice, like every job well done.
Yeah, we made it. Didn't crash yet. That's good.
Xander, I'm sorry, Xander. Is it Professor, Doctor, or is it just Xander?
Depends who you're talking to. Some might call him Father Kizui.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Father.
But he's like a cool father. He's like 30 something.
Right. Yeah.
Is he dashing?
He is dashing.
Well, he's George Takei.
Oh, dashing.
Father Xander, where you seated?
Business.
Nice. Okay.
This is a business expense, because I went to England. I picked up this very special synthesizer. It is for my institution. I have a small but steady church in LA.
Oh, right. Yeah, you went to Synth World in Sheffield.
Yes.
Synth World in Sheffield, the collection of synth enthusiasts.
And I have 2 seats. My synthesizer is taking up its own seat because I didn't trust having such an important relic, such a holy relic, checked into the luggage compartment.
Yeah, you're looking at the in-flight magazines. The camera tilts up. Next to you is just this synthesizer in a seat. Is the synthesizer window or aisle?
I imagine that I'm aisle, and then it's in like the middle. Or does business only have 2?
Shoot, I forgot the layout of a jumbo jet. Yes, I will say 2.
There's probably just some poor person at the window. It's just like
just jammed in there, like that look of. Okay. All right. So you're in biz and connection. Where are you at?
I think I'm probably in coach.
Okay.
That's the cheaper. Those are the cheaper seats, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Wherever I'm not going to
attract a lot of attention. Okay, cool.
That said, as the connection is walking down the aisle, he's eagle-eyed on the other passengers, and he's just like, somebody needs my dope, and I just got to figure out who. So
okay. Somebody needs my dope, and I gotta figure out who. Well, yeah. I mean, it's, and I looked it up. A jumbo jet 747 can get 366 passengers. This flight
is it a full flight?
Is almost full.
Okay.
It's almost full. There are some seats, but not many. But yes, it is, and it is the full Airbus style. It's got you can see from coach the spiral staircase that goes up to the first class lounge, but there is a lounge that surrounds the spiral staircase meant for business and coach. Just upstairs is, of course, much nicer and has a piano and a bartender.
Spiral staircases on airplanes is just the fact that humanity ever managed that is a testament.
It was pretty great.
I don't know a testament to what exactly, but I attest.
Hell, lounges on planes were fucking cool as hell. Now it's like, you get your own personal lounge, and that's fun. But come on, and mingling lounge. Like, look at.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's what you want on a plane.
Oh yeah.
Sakes. Alcohol and maybe your pilot drinking with you. All right. So the stewardesses start to go through the in-flight emergencies. Everybody's holding up their seatbelt, to show you this is how a seatbelt clips. This is how you vomit into a bag. And they're going through that. You see your, you see the blonde woman that caught your eye earlier. She's kind of there in front of you. Showing you how to do stuff.
Here.
Yes.
Is it Gail? Is it Gail?
No, our flight attendants today are Tiffany Saunders, Jackie Green, and Angela Del Carmen.
So my connection isn't on.
Oh, sorry. I totally screwed. Gale Green. That's why I named her that. Gale Green.
Nice
yes, Gale Green is on the flight.
Okay.
Which did I say that Gale was the purser? She's the one in charge, or just one of the attendants?
It just says flight attendant.
Okay, one of the flight attendants. So Gale is there too, and they are getting a few things together, and there we go. Okay, and the flight starts to take off. You fasten seatbelt signs come on. You hear the voice of, hello, this is Captain Alexander O'Neill here, and we're going to be taking off very soon. You hear a clink of glasses in the background of the cockpit.
Mixed with my typing.
A clink of glassware coming from the cockpit, and Captain says, Captain O'Neill here, and we'll be taking off soon, and I'm going to be turning on your fasten seatbelt signs. We'll get you up in the air. Looks to me that the flight will be about 11 hours, 50 minutes, and we'll be cruising along. Our in-flight movie, here's a good one. Miss Sally Field is in it. And you're in comfortable hands with our attendants. And my microphone is on.
Sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it.
This highball is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and as he says, this highball is delicious. Huh, boys? This is fantastic. And you hear them clinking around in the cockpit. And then we cut to a scene of, just very B-roll stock footage of a plane taking off.
A model? Is it a model?
Yeah, it's a model taking off. Because somewhere one of the producers who was just high out of his mind was like, there's this movie, it's called Star Wars. You gotta look. Forget the B-roll footage. We just need a flight, a model of a plane taking off. And they're like, Sid, we've got a B-roll footage of just chop it in there. Like, no.
I imagine it's nighttime in the airport scenes, but then the B-roll footage plane taking
daytime.
off is daytime.
Yeah. It's like hazy daytime as the model is taking off.
And the model of the plane is not a 747.
Oh no, it's a completely different thing. Like Sid's nephew made it. He's trying to get his way into this. Hopefully, the sequel. Crossing his fingers. The sequel. This movie's gonna be great. Right. And that Star Wars movie's it. And it takes off. It's a slightly bumpy takeoff, and then it smooths itself out. And you hear Captain O'Neill go, "Oh, I'm sorry for a little bit of bumpiness to start off with, but here we go. Oh yeah, smooth as silk, huh, fellas?" And you hear more glassware clinking in the background of the cockpit.
Nice. Break out my cigar.
Right, yeah, it starts to level off. Boom! Fasten seatbelt sign goes off. Your cigar gets busted out. And so a lot of this is very filler in the movie as we're kind of getting set into the mood. So what we're doing now is I'm going to go around and we're gonna talk about flashback scenes of what you were doing in the UK. So let's go, since you said you busted out your celebratory cigar.
Yes.
as the flight starts to level off. Bolt Devers, we get that flashback, maybe somebody's, the professor is staring out the window, or you're kind of just lighting the cigar, and it's a tight focus on the ash, as it lights up and pulls out. And what do we see as your flashback of what were you doing in the UK?
He got a job working stunts on a Sean Connery spin-off, an 007 kind of spin-off thing that he was going to do. You know, because I don't think he was Connery anymore. I don't think he was Bond anymore pretty soon. So anyway, he did a little bit with that, and they had like a trained tiger kind of as part of the scene, you know, that he's supposed to fight. But you see him kind of looking with sympathy at the tiger, and just thinking of the cruelty that was, you know, set upon this creature, and so he took a lot of the money he had kind of earned to bring it back, and it was convenient because he already had a job to bring back this other guy who is wanted, a scientist who's wanted for something. I don't know what it's about exactly, but I'm just supposed to bring him home. So the last thing you see is sort of the back of the head of what looks to be Sean Connery as he hands him a box of cigars that he gives him to take home.
It's like an actor that they just were like,
not him.
They're just like, it
It's
looks like Sean Connery. We couldn't get Sean Connery, but you know, we got this guy that
Rich Moneypenny got this for you.
Yeah, he's speaking over his shoulders as he's handing you the cigars, and it's so like, that's a great shot, you deadbolt.
Well, I'm just glad nobody got hurt.
Well, thanks to you, nobody did. Are you taking home the tiger? You're taking home Farah?
Yes. Well, Farah's, you know, we've grown sweet upon each other. You know, I think Jamie will be jealous. But I'm looking forward to bringing her back. I just, you know, hope she doesn't get too nervous on that airplane.
Well, she's quite doped up. Speaking of doped up, do you want any of this bolt?
Oh, yes, I'll take some for the road.
Right, and you know, and he doesn't even turn. He's just got this, you know, this suggestive box of things, and you know, we cut to, you know, it just that's how we know it's Sean Connery. Besides the terrible accent that I do, is the actor's chair with Connery across the back of it.
Exactly. And there's a cornucopia paraphernalia just all laid out on the table there. Nice. In the green room. Yes.
Okay, perfect. And it kind of comes back to you as you kind of had lit up your cigar, and it pulls back from the ash on your cigar, and Professor Otto Krankheimer kind of adjusts himself, and he says, "Can I go to the bathroom?"
He looks at him to see if he's like been shaking a knee for a while, if it's like actually legit. You know,
he is nervous. I mean, it's more that he's been kind of twitching around and a little nervous.
Yeah, I say you're gonna have to wait. The light's still on there, you know. So once and I'll come with you. So when he's ready to go, when the light turns off for the seatbelts, then he'll walk back there and escort him if he needs to.
Jeez, where am I gonna go? We're on this plane. We're almost 35,000 feet here. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll walk you there. We gotta wait though. Are people allowed to get up and walk yet? Are we like kind of moving about the cabin? All right. Then I'll bring him to the back and I'll kind of escort him to the bathroom and let him go.
Okay. Yeah. And he kind of nervously shuffles around. And he's like, "Can I at least get these off?" Like the bathroom door's half open. He's like, "Can I get these off?"
No. And then I close the door.
Okay. The door clunks on him. Okay.
Come on.
The door clunks on him. Right. On. And then with that, we kind of zip a little bit to business class because we see another bartender, probably not the one that's up in the lounge. So another bartender is down there attending to the business lounge, and you see a few of the or one of the stewardesses there speaking to him. And so the camera zips into business class up to Father Sandra Kazooie. And what do we see in your flashback?
I think during one of the nights of Synth World, there was like an after con meetup of some of the people that follow the way of Korg, and Xander is like meeting with some of the some mostly British synth enthusiasts and like maybe some other people from around the world that also have like heard of this new religion related to synthesizers, and he's leading a small prayer with them, and he's like, It doesn't matter if you're a square wave, a triangle wave, a saw wave, if you're monophonic, polyphonic, we all oscillate together in the cosmos.
The music starts up. Yeah, but if yours there, who's legally changing his name to Synthesizer Patel, is a Eastern Indian man he's got the bob haircut, and he's got a little bit of the triangle crystal pendant that he's holding and concentrating on. So this is more like is it more like a circle meditation around synthesizer? Are other people bringing synthesizers?
Oh yeah.
Over synthesizers into so it's like a drum circle for synthesizers.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Starting to happen. Good. Okay. In the middle of this convention hall, they're just like pushing these synthesizers. All right.
I mean, it's probably not the first time this has happened at Synth World Con.
Mm-hmm.
Is there one booth that's selling a guitar?
That sounds blasphemous.
The future is here. It's just one lonely guy right now.
That's right.
Just waiting to hit it big. And this is the synth spirituality, is that growing or is it already established?
I feel like it's a very niche cult kind of thing.
niche synth cult. Wow, I love it. Cool.
It's also very popular with people that are into like alien stuff.
Okay. So maybe in this circle there's a few UFO enthusiasts.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nice. I love it.
So it's all about connecting with the higher consciousness of the cosmos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's probably a woman there with the propped up aluminum triangle that she's sitting in lotus position, and really tuning herself into what you're all playing. Right. Nice. And we kind of zoom in on the sound, and the triangle synthesizer Patel is holding up, and from the triangle kind of spins out and into one of the keys on the synthesizer, and it opens up, and you're there back on the plane. Are you what are you doing right now?
I think he was trying to proselytize a little bit to there's just
the person that's stuck in the seat that's there. He's just trying to relax.
He probably uses the same line from earlier. Have you heard the good tone?
Actually, yeah. If you want to be the first to make a roll to see if you can convince this person, in some of the basic moves, it sounds like. What is it? Kind of like get your way, or
get what you want.
Get what you want. Because you're not giving some a third degree.
Yeah. I don't know. I could be freeing my mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Free your mind, which you want to roll, and add your soul. When you're relaxed or indulging in a forbidden advice, open your mind to contemplate the current situation.
Actually, no, probably not. Yeah, I'll do the getting what you want. I think my smooth is a -1. So.
Okay.
Let's see. Correct. Yeah.
So rolling 2d6s.
Wow. So that's a snake eyes -1.
Oh no.
Ooh. The lowest possible roll, really.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's literally the lowest possible roll in a Powered by the Apocalypse game.
Well, nothing major. Yeah, I won't throw anything super major at you other than.
Okay, we'll get in and out of the way.
Yeah. The person. He gets up to go get a drink, and he kind of beelines for business and coach class lounge, and is you see him like hold up 2, please, and we think it's going to be for you, but he drinks both drinks.
Can we could we pan to something sinister here? I mean, like, given that there's been given that something's failed, is there something that we can see that's sort of
I would soon, because I do have a little
okay.
A little device I'm going to use after we do our flashbacks because in this adventure there are a lot of different possibilities of what supernatural thing could be happening. So I've got about 6 different ideas. So you're all going to help me decide what's going to be the thing.
Ooh, fun.
The cabin in the woods type adventure.
Oh.
So
we are in a cabin.
Yes, the pressurized cabin in the woods, in the clouds. And you go jumping up, or he goes jumping up to go get his drinks, and gosh,
probably said something insulting.
Yeah, I will say. Actually, you know what? I'll go with Alexei and say, the sinister thing is, as you're talking to him about, like, have you heard the good tone? And you're like, and here's the good tone, and you hit it, and you hear it go on like a proton pack. It goes, and it lights up, and he says, is that thing plugged in? What's powering that thing?
Faith.
Yes, you say faith, and then he looks, and the camera sees, and it's like down by, like, in the most minuscule of fine print, it says, warning, radioactive material.
Nice.
He goes running over, and he's like, slugs him back. And he probably will not be returning to that seat.
Yeah, he's like talking to one of the stewardesses to try to get his seat switched.
Yeah, you see his arms flailing around, and he's like pointing at you, and you're just smiling. And
like, can I upgrade to first class?
Thing is starting to like rip shit up, like wah wah. And she kind of shakes her head, like, no, what? That's just a peony. An e-piano that those Kraftwerk people are playing. So the light blinks and zips past, and we'll go over as the now refreshment cart is getting pushed by Tiffany Sanders, who is the blonde woman. So she's coming towards your section, Connection, as we are about to get into your flashback. So what do we see as all of this kind of starts off?
So the Connection, puts the briefcase under the seat back in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that on the front of the briefcase, there's like a little gold embossed like emblem.
Mm-hmm.
And the camera pans into that, and then pans out on a scene sort of like in the shady back of a bar somewhere in Britain. And we see the emblem, we pan out, we see the briefcase, it's open. The Connection is looking inside the briefcase, and he closes it, and he's like, there's no sound, there's just music. And he sort of nods. He's in a room, there's like 5 big dudes in this room with him.
Right. Yeah.
And he goes to pick up the briefcase, and one of them puts their hand right on his wrist. And he sort of looks up, and they're like, and he reaches into his vest and pulls out like knuckle dusters, like he has like brass knuckles, and he just clocks the dude. And we see as the camera pans out, we see a very badly choreographed fight scene between the Connection, who's not fast, but he is very strong, where he just beats them to shit. It's just this like brutal beatdown, this like old dude crushing these like 4 or 5 big muscly British, hoodlums. And finally, when they're all just like everything's broken, they're like, ass over elbows everywhere, and he's sort of like he sits in the chair for a second and he looks at the briefcase and then he picks it up and walks out.
Nice, yeah. I would say because you also had met you said you met a connection there. You walk out, and it's this deep dank pub, and waiting outside was a gang of bikers from the UK, and they like hellhound across their patches. And your buddy you met there is Boiler Room Billy Macy, and Boiler Room kind of gives you a nod like, "You need us to come in, mate." And he just looks at your hands and they're bloody. He's like,
yeah, he just holds up the like brass knuckles and they're covered in blood. And he's like, "Nah, man, I got it. It's cool." Thanks.
And he says, "All right, get on. You're almost late for your flight." And
oh shit. Yeah, and he, like the connection like gets on and like holds on tight.
And boom, 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 they go taking off down the road, and off into towards the airport. So yeah, maybe it was established that this happened like just an hour or two before you came to the airport. Right. Yeah, we even kind of cut back as you're kind of massaging your knuckles a bit.
He pulls the brass knuckles out and a handkerchief and cleans them, and then
he's cleaning them.
But like the camera like barely glimpses the two people or the person in the seat next to him who's just like horrified, like confused, possibly from a different movie.
Mm-hmm. Kind of tucks them away. Timothy Sanders offers you cocktails.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. You got a Bloody Mary?
And she's like, do you like it extra bloody or extra Mary? And she kind of holds up the vodka, and she gets that ready for you. Mm-hmm.
The connection sort of like as she's leaning over, the connection like opens his palm and he's got like a little blue pill in it, and he's got, "I got blues if I can get upstairs."
Ooh, yeah, give me a roll. Getting what you want with your smooth, my friend.
Oh, he just got something. He got the hookup.
Got the hookup.
He's got the connection.
Yeah, connection.
The
Dun, 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 dun.
has just brought me my in-flight meal. So
yes, yeah, your in-flight meal was dropped off. Getting what you want if you want to roll with that.
Good stuff. I got pizza, so we're
nice.
All.
Yeah, I've got makers.
My smooth is +2. I get an 11.
No, so 11 is they do what you want, and you get to pick two. They either act immediately. Do not demand any immediate payment, perform exceptionally well, or they're happy with this bargain. So you may pick two out of that.
What's the last one?
I'm happy with the bargain.
Oh, so I have the move another satisfied customer, so I can always pick happy with the bargain.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with act immediately, happy with the bargain, and performs excellently.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, she actually hands off the cart to not Gail. we hand off the cart to Angela Del Carmen, a really beautiful, almost Mayan looking woman, and although stoic, and she gets the cart and takes it from there. And as a matter of fact, when you said extra Mary, the nuns sitting across from you, look up and they're like, "Yes." You're like, "Oh, not you, Sister Mary Michelle. I'm so sorry." And, "Oh, me? No, not you, Sister Mary Virginia." And, okay. And they're kind of tuning up their guitars, and And yeah, she sticks out her arm for you to join her as as we go past. You were like towards the tail end of the plane, and you are marching up the aisles towards the spiral staircase. And as we're marching past the spiral staircase, camera's still on you from behind. We see a big puff of smoke and the clack 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 of typewriter, and camera veers over into Nick Novak's seat. The unhappy people next to you.
And the camera fades to a scene in beautiful English countryside at night, with a large stone warehouse that's lit here and there. And there are two men that are approaching a door. One of them is Mr. Novak, and the other is a thin, tall gentleman with slick back hair, wearing a evening jacket and ascot, and the conversation picks up in the middle with the tall gentleman saying, "I don't understand, Mr. Novak. How could you tell if Mr. Smythewaddle drowned if his head had been torn off?" And I say, "Well, so Wooster, the funny thing about murder happened in all shapes and sizes." And then he looks down in front of the grass in front of the door. "Look, the trail. It's in here. You must come." And he opens the door. And inside we see this large pickle manufacturing series of tanks and pickle storage and packaging stuff. And Novak gets down on one knee and puts his hand on this print, this wet, large webbed footprint possibly, and he lifts it up to his nose. "Yeah, this is it. Looks around. There. And he points to one of the large brine tanks. "I bet it's in there." And so he marches confidently towards the tank with Sir Wooster hanging back. "Mr. Novak, don't you think we should call the authorities?" No, we don't need them. Those English bobbies are useless anyway. What are they going to do? Whistle it to death? Come on. And he starts climbing the ladder on the side of the tank. And Wooster says, I really do think that we should contact somebody else besides. I'm fearful for our lives. No, that's just a bunch of poppycock. Come on, man. And as he's saying that, these two large grayish green webbed hands plop over the side of the tank.
Ooh.
And you hear this guttural, wet snarl coming from the tank that echoes all around it. And Novak falls ass over tea kettle onto the ground, brine splashing all over him as these dark red eyes glisten in the soft light, and they both just run away into the night. And we fade back to him still typing away on his typewriter, and the camera pans back a little bit to one of the people sitting next to him. We'll say one of the Bronx Ballers.
Oh, okay.
He waves over one of the flight attendants, not Gail, and he whispers to her, "Ma'am, do you think you could move me anywhere else away from this guy? He smells really weird."
Right. Yeah, you still have the scent of being drenched in brine and ectoplasm.
It's not going away.
Right. Nice. I'm gonna say that. That was the Big Easy from New Orleans to the Bronx. Big Easy. So just big forward. Who actually is kind of intimidated because it's like, well, I can't explain what is happening to this. But I'm gonna say, yeah, he doesn't get moved. Right. Okay. So those are the fun little establishing flashback scenes, and I would say we're coming towards where we want to take a quick little break. So what I'm going to ask from all of you is, as we're kind of mingling on the plane, Professor Otto Krankheimer comes, of course, out of the restroom, or maybe he's not out of the restroom yet. We'll see. Could everybody give me a 2d6 roll and tell me what you rolled?
I got a 12.
I got a 6. Every roll I've done has been a 6.
Yeah.
I got 5.
I got a 7.
You got a 7. Oh my gosh.
Man, I just roll like crap on Midway Tabletop.
So, average, very high.
Very high. Right.
We don't know if high is good. It might be bad.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Okay. And I will go with the one that... Let's see. I'm looking at my options, so everybody got pretty close to what it is. Right. Cool. Okay. So, with that, the Certus Tiffany brings you upstairs. It is first class. It is this.
Swanky.
It's first class. It's swanky. A lot of people turn their heads as to like, well, what? But it's also beautiful in first class. You know, there's the businessmen are downstairs. First class is like there. You know, it's late 70s, early 80s. The emergence of the supermodel is here. So there's supermodels on the plane. I don't know if anybody saw, there is a supermodel character that I typed up, Mayday, who was basically just Grace Jones. It was going to be Grace Jones.
Nice.
Grace Jones playing Grace Jones if anybody played her. But
I'm mad that nobody's playing Mayday. I saw that and I was just like, that's such a good character.
yeah, Mayday. Mayday from from View to a Kill. So, awesome. But yes, supermodels are here. It's you know, it's opulent, and they see you, and they see you come up, and you know, well, no, you're welcome here. I would say you're welcomed here for now because you haven't made any rolls to say get out of here. And but Gail, your friend Nick Novak. Gail is here, Gail Green, and she's kind of the one in charge of first class. And Tiffany gives her a nod, and Gail looks a little bewildered, like, "No, okay, well, come on up and sit down." And she's like, "Did you need anything?"
Oh no, I was wondering if maybe you needed something.
And she's like, I think I'm okay. Mm-hmm. You give me a scope out the scene.
What is that? Roll plus brains?
Yes, roll plus your brains.
Okay. My brains are pretty good. +1.
Nice.
But I got a 7. Oh, seven's a it's a hit. It's not a miss.
Yeah. No, it's not a miss.
Thanks,
So with that, you may ask me one of the questions on the scope out the scene, and I'll list them for you. It is it's what's the fastest escape route out of here? You probably don't need that. Is there anything hidden here? Who's in charge around here? Who's the toughest person in this room? Who's the most vulnerable person in the room? And who knows more than what they're letting on?
Well, the connection is fundamentally a bad person.
Okay.
So his question is, who's the most vulnerable person in this room?
Right. Yeah. Well, for you that you like, I would say,
who's the most vulnerable person to me? Like,
to
who's
you.
The,
Yeah.
who's the person who's most likely to be able to buy the drugs that I have?
Well, there is. I would say there's probably like not an aging movie star, but there's a movie star whose star is fading, and they're you could tell they're kind of sitting around a group of people who were kind of consoling and saying like, look, the location wasn't right. Connery got the part, you didn't, and but we're gonna come back to LA stronger. We're gonna hit the things that like is probably press agent and all them speaking him up, and they're just a little down. Probably could use a pick me up or even an escape from all of this business here.
Okay. And this is a crowd that I think the connection is very comfortable working. So I think he's just gonna like shuffle up and just like infiltrate. Like he just insinuates himself, and like nobody really notices that he's not part of that group. Like he just sort of like blends in and starts like chuckling at people's jokes and like, yeah, man. Yeah, you just got to get your feet under you. You're gonna be great, man. You're gonna be great. Just like totally, just like smooth. He's not making any moves right now, but he's just smoothing his way in.
Nice.
What's the name of this movie star?
Let us see. We're gonna go ahead and where did I put his name? I'll let you decide. Oh no, we said male because Connery got the part.
Yeah.
So let's go with Emmanuel Bassett.
Oh, Emmanuel Bassett. Got it. Okay.
He's he's the one that would get the parts if Connery wasn't around. It's kind of mid-leading man, probably meant to be character actor, but is like fighting it. Like, no, I'm leading man.
I'm leading man. Damn it.
I'm leading man. Damn it.
Perfect.
And he's there. Big paisley open shirt, giant moon collar, and much like this.
Yeah.
And so you go mingling with them, and almost instantly, like he knows, and he's got handlers, but they're not, they're just glad hands. They're there to just keep him steady and keep him happy. And you come over with some like, hey, what's up, brother? I might have something for you, and they're into it, and they're on the plane.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, the rest of you, Gail is upstairs, but the other flight attendants aren't. Have finished up. They're moving on. You're making your way back to your seat with the Professor Bolt Devers, sorry. And Nick, Bolt, and Xander, I'm going to ask you this since he's upstairs in first class. What, before we go and break, what did you all do when you started to see blood seeping from the walls of the plane? So we'll start with Xander. You just see blood start to drip a bit. It's probably by now, like we've done our refreshments and whatnot. So we kind of fast forward a little bit to where the lights are down, a movie is playing, and so it's only a few of you are even spotting this weird phenomenon.
I think he looks at his drink curiously.
Sitting by himself with his synthesizer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I think he's gonna kind of wait it out and just kind of see what happens.
Okay.
He trusts in the fabric of the cosmos to keep him safe.
Right. So he kind of is waiting to see if anybody else notices, or just like letting it happen.
Yeah. I mean, I do imagine this is like, the 70s. There probably is like a little bit of a imbibing of psychedelic
Oh yeah.
drugs and stuff
Yeah.
in his communities as they,
in fact, you hear like boom. It's Captain O'Neill here. I'm hoping you're enjoying that movie, whatever you are getting into there. And you hear like a pill bottle kind of crack open, and then more clinking of the glass, and you hear like Alex this way. I got you, Tim. Hold on one second. And it seems like it's going to be a smooth flight, so I'm just going to put it on autopilot for a little bit here, and maybe I'll come out there and mingle and enjoy all your company. So here comes Captain. Bing.
and Xander stands up and he touches the wall.
Okay, sweet.
He wants to know if this is a hallucination.
Right. Okay. So his hand starts to go towards the wall.
Yeah, maybe he's wondering maybe some of the acid that he took yesterday, if it's like having a relapse
at the convention in Sheffield, right? Nick, what do you do?
Nick is unsure. I'll talk to Bolt.
Sure.
If you want to. I would say he's gonna. He checks his bounty if he's asleep. He's got him handcuffed to the chair.
Yeah, Professor
Otto. Yeah.
Otto. Sorry. Yeah. Professor Otto Krankheimer is asleep. He's kind of.
I look over to the lady next to me, or whoever's next to me. I'm assuming some old lady, and maybe that kid's nearby. And I kind of look to see, if anyone else notices this, just sort of check the room and see if anyone else seems to be like responding to these bleeding walls that I'm seeing.
Okay.
First, I think it's part of a movie or something, but and then he'll
4D.
Yeah, 4D. And he kind of gets himself up on the chair a little bit and kind of looks around, but not too obvious.
All right, give me a. It's almost like a scope out the scene. I'll let your questions veer off of this sheet versus.
All right.
So just roll some brains. It's more like a quick perception to check around.
I rolled a 2, and his brains are not great. So he just thinks it's part of the movie. It's like a reflection of it, and he'll just sit back down and watch the movie.
Okay.
I assume he doesn't even. Yeah, he just thinks he's dreaming or something. Slaps himself a few times. And then has order some coffee from the stewardess.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you look around, and no one else seems to be noticing any of this is happening. And the professor is muttering. But now he's not even. You think he's muttering in German, but it doesn't sound German. It sounds stranger than that.
Weird.
If you'd have to take a guess, you couldn't even place the language that he's speaking. It's kind of lost in a dream.
Whoa, talking in his sleep. All right. Well, that's freaky. All right, I'm just sort of absorbing it. Probably a little stunned.
Yeah,
stunned
and but no one else seems to notice it. Nick Novak, what are you doing when you see the walls bleed?
I also look around to see if Big Easy and person on the other side of me, who would it be? Probably some old stuffy British businessman. He's fast asleep after his second cognac. So I'll turn to
He's got the big, thick caterpillar eyebrows.
Oh, yeah. Kind of curled over to his eyes. His mustache kind of goes every time he snores. And if I see that Big Easy hasn't taken notice of this, I'll kind of nudge him a little bit and say, Mr. Easy, did you see that blood is kind of dripping from the walls?
Ooh.
You see that, right?
And
You realize that this could be the first signs of a manifestation of a haunting aboard this plane.
give me why don't you give me a 2d6 roll, but roll with your soul. Give me some soul.
All right. 9 total.
9. That's fine. Yeah. Big Easy looks up and he's like pretending to sleep. He's like, and he looks and sees it. He's like, what the? And he kind of pops up and boom, boom. He's hitting the sign, or sorry, the alert and alert attendance bell. Thank you, alert. And he goes, and he kind of grabbed you. The old man who's asleep is very asleep, is still asleep, and he's kind of climbing over him, and he's like, what the hell is happening?
I don't know, son, but I aim to find out. And I reach into my coat pocket, and I pull out a magnifying glass, and I start climbing back over in the opposite direction, studiously examining the blood, trying to find out what its source is. And
okay. He jumps back a bit. You switch places with him over the body of the very sleeping English gentleman, and Xander, you reach out to touch this, and it's very real, but the blood feels, even though like it's very red ketchup 70s, it doesn't feel like blood. It feels gooier, and just then, Bolt Devers. You're upstairs, Connection. You're having a great time. In fact, you see the captain come out, and he's like,
"Yeah."
Bolt Devers, you see on the screen of the plane, or sorry, the movie screen of the in-flight theater, Sally Field's face takes a very different look, and she looks old, more regal looking, and with this kind of jet black hair with this stark white streak against it. And she is looking at you. No, and everybody else is still like, checking out the movie,
right?
And she's beckoning towards you, and she was saying, "You will join me." And you see fangs are in her mouth, and it's just, no, she doesn't have a Romanian accent. She's British. She says, "You will join me, young man, and you will give your blood to the lady."
Can I resist, or am I completely compelled?
Roll with your soul.
Roll with my soul. That's gonna be I think my soul is 5.
Yeah. So you start walking towards the movie screen on the plane, and people are wondering why you're getting so close, and you hear or you feel a tap on your shoulder, and it's one of the flight attendants. It's Angela, and she says, "Are you okay?" And you wake up and you realize your body is pressed against the screen, embracing it. Embracing Sally Field, and she's just in some scene,
Oh, sweet Jamie. Oh yeah. He kind of collects himself and says, "Oh, I'll go back to my seat."
Okay. And you go and make your way back down. Connection, you're upstairs giving what's his name? We just named him. Emmanuel.
Oh yeah, Emmanuel Bassett.
Emmanuel Bassett.
Yeah.
You and Emmanuel Bassett are talking, and the lights on the plane suddenly go out all over, and a rough shot of turbulence goes off as flashes of lightning are around. Um, I need you to make me a hustle roll as you're thrown up into the lounge.
Oh, my hustle is very bad. So
Okay.
I'm rolling at -1,
Not bad.
and I get a 6.
Oh, okay, that is bad. So you get slammed a bit. I made to say there is no harm. You take zero harm. It's possible to take zero harm in this game. So you take zero harm, but you get the wind knocked out of you, and on your might, remember to check off like I think it's weakened or
It is broke down.
broke down. So if you'll roll anything with might until you kind of can get a breather or revive yourself, it's going to be a -1.
Got it. Okay.
So boom, you kind of get slammed back. The rest of you, the plane kind of shakes and rumbles a bit, and it suddenly takes that drop, where a plane will take that shitty, terrible drop, and it's boom, it's just dropping out of the sky, and I will say we'll go on break right there, and so we're on break. We'll say it's 8:38. Let's meet back. Let's give ourselves a little more than 10 minutes, and we get back here at 8:50.
All right.
Yep.
So we're on break, chat. Thank you very much for joining us. We're about to find out what's going on with Spooky Plane, this Soul Plane? No, Spooky Plane. And we'll see you in 10.
And hello, everybody, and welcome back, Marcus Flores. We're all gonna die.
Whoa, man!
Yay!
Here we are on a plane that is. The walls are bleeding. There is a strange, mysterious, fanged woman on our in-flight movie who now disappeared as she beckoned both divas forward. Suddenly, the lights have gone out. Almost the power has dropped, and the plane dropped out of the sky, bracing itself once again and taking a flight once more. So I guess I had made connection give me a hustle, but I think I should call for a hustle roll from everybody since everybody's up.
Right. I know.
Hustle is plus.
Yeah, and hustle, and for those of you who may be watching or will watch in the future, is your agility. It's your your coordination, your body movement.
Right.
A fairly coordinated fella.
7.
Ooh, I got a 13.
Oh,
Wow.
Whoa. The George Takei.
He's very dexterous.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I got a 5.
Oh, cool. That's gonna be good.
I can't wait.
And Bolt
7.
7, right? Bolt, you just kind of fly back a bit and knock into a few people drinking into the business lounge, and but Nick, unfortunately. Remember how we were talking about those maybe poorly secured large typewriters in the overhead?
Yep.
They come flying out and ding you in the back of the head. You'll take 1 point of harm and fall unconscious. I'll get back to you when you're regaining some consciousness. I've got a little something for you to follow up some more on that. So,
Right.
And Big Easy flies over the chair too. The large English gentleman is still asleep.
I predict he's going to be asleep this entire
flight
happens.
until the end.
Right.
He's the old lady on airplane putting on the makeup. Like, the plane's crashing. I don't care. I'm putting on my lipstick. I don't care. I'm sleeping. I enjoyed my cognac. Harumph. And so now that has dropped down, but suddenly the power comes back on. The plane rights itself up, bounding around the door a little bit. You see Captain Alex O'Neill dashing. You could tell very there's some gray in there, but it is hidden under jet black.
Feathered, right?
For men. Oh yeah. And he comes out and he's like, "Oh, big, thick, walrus Robert Goulet like mustache." And he says, "Oh, bit of a." He knocks on the cabin door. "Everything okay, fellas? Everything?" And they're like, door opens up, connection. You can see that they're there going, "Yeah, everything's good." Just a little bit, we're starting to get a bit over the sea, so it's flopping a little bit. And he says, "Well, I guess I'm gonna go downstairs and take a look at a few things," and starts to stride past you a bit. Everybody panics a little, but as soon as the flight comes back online, they calm down. In fact, you hear strumming of a guitar coming from the back of the plane. "We are only one people. We're only one world." And you hear the Sister Mary Michelle and Sister Mary Virginia singing to calm down the crew. And you, in fact, probably hear somebody with a tambourine from somewhere who had a tambourine and started playing. And so what are you all doing now? The walls are not bleeding.
Oh, Marcus, do we have the terminally ill sick child on board as well?
That's why she's flying by herself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's the terminally sick child who went to go visit grandma by herself and is getting flown back to her parents, who are, I'm sure, waiting for her in Los Angeles. That is Mindy, the terminally sick child. As a matter of fact, we look over and we see the beautiful, very pregnant wife and the cool kind of rocker journalist husband was like, "How's the baby, honey?" And she's like, "Oh, don't worry, honey. It's gonna take more than that for this baby to come out. I mean, I'm overdue by 3 weeks." The camera pulls a little bit. And Nick, you start to wake up. Your head's bleeding. You feel Big Easy over you, and Dale has come down, and you hear like it's kind of foggy in your head. You're like, Nick, Mr. Novak, trying to wake you up, but you hear your typewriter next to you hacking away. And it is writing out something.
This is my possibly haunted antique typewriter?
Correct.
What is it typing out?
It's typing out it's typing out a name. I silly me closed my name generator, and I was like, I got all the names set in front of me. Oh, for passengers on the plane, not for this possibility. But it is typing out a woman's name. I'll get it to you in un momento. And the name is there we are, Marjorie Marjorie Rigby. And it says Lady Marjorie Rigby. And but nobody else hears it. You heard the typewriter clacking, but to everybody else, it probably is just something that you were writing on your thing. Because you see it.
Yeah, we would know.
You see yourself writing, or you see all the stuff that you were clacking away, and then you just see this name in bold that says Marjorie Rigby.
Okay.
So, what are the rest of you doing? The plane settled itself down. You
I'll
saw
try
that
to
little bit
wake
of...
up Otto, because he's talking all weird, like, what the hell happened there? I'll wake him up. I say, what the hell were you saying? What were you saying? I mean, that was not English. I don't know what the hell that was.
What are you talking about?
What the hell were you dreaming about?
I can't quite remember.
I grab him and I shake him. Think! Damn it, did you see a woman? Did you see a woman with a white stripe in her hair? And fangs!
No, it's not. You didn't say ghost. Give me... Sounds like you're giving him the third degree.
Yeah. I'm getting in his face, I think, is...
Yep. Or you're getting in his face, correct? Yeah.
No. Yeah, getting someone to act through violence. Yeah.
But are you trying to get him to act, or are you trying to get information?
Well, acting as telling me the information is the act, but no, whatever it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So the third degree is more like getting in somebody's face. Whoops, sorry.
I'm more like, say it, man, just say it now, like, or you're gonna die. We're all gonna die. Like, it's intimidation, right? That's what I'm going for. All right.
Get in the role.
All right.
Get it roll.
That's an 8 plus. Is that might or is that?
So
might. It's might. Mm-hmm. So plus 2 is 10. Is
10.
Yes.
And he says there's some there was a woman on some cliffside or something, and she was twirling, dancing, telling me to say things. It's like it's some sort of song or a chant. we never establish, or at least I know what the professor is a professor of. But what do you believe that the professor is a professor of?
I'm gonna roll and see how well I would know. I kind of know. I would say he's like a physics professor, like someone he might know something about like nuclear stuff. It's we got the Cold War going on, so might be some information.
Or maybe how to help shut down a cosmic radiation-powered synthesizer later on.
I think there's a connection there. Yeah.
Hey, we're not going to shut it down. It's going to save our lives later.
Yeah, anyway, actually, it probably will.
You just have to set it to the right frequency.
Right. Play the tune. He says, it definitely felt like someplace out England still, but older. She was dressed old. God, I wish I was more of a professor of history. She told me to say a song, or you got a 10. So he says, it's I'm remembering it now. It's Anal Nathrak Uthas Bethu Dophiel Diende.
Oh, did she look like Helen Mirren? Damn it!
Who's that? Oh, yeah, that hot young thing.
Yeah. Now mine was
the one
Sally
that was
Field.
in Caligula? Oh, my
Damn.
God. She's beautiful. Anyway, keep my coat tucked under here. Hold on one second. Yeah, that's what I remember saying. Anel Nathrat Uthas Bethu
Hey,
Dophiel
baby, don't
Diende.
say that.
The electricity in the plane starts to flicker again, and like
I cover his mouth. I'm like,
you close his mouth. All right. Give me a. You know what? I want connection to give me this connection. Roll with your soul, please.
and you're muted. Connection.
The connection.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. Give me a roll with your soul.
Okay. Oh, that is a 4.
Wonderful. That's what I wanted.
Great. Awesome.
Spoken like a true game master.
I just get to take an action. I got slammed around. I got broke down. And
I
now
know.
I
Yeah.
Go on. Fuck me up.
You.
Make it hurt.
The plane starts to shake again. Another strike of lightning, and the only lights that are on are kind of the little overhead beacons to show you where the fasten seatbelt and the attendant lights are on. The movie itself is kind of flickering a little bit, and but you see connection. The one of the flight attendants getting into the galley elevator that goes down into baggage, and she's moving and getting into there, and you know that a person you can see by making people very high what their eyes look like, and her eyes are glazed over, and she's in a trance, and she's going down into the elevator, and she is gone. Xander, what are you doing?
So
the plane is now rocking and rolling again. It's kind of taking a thing, and the captain is like, "Well, all right, I'm gonna have to get back into the. Seems like baby's missing Papa. Let me get back into my cabin."
Well, I know my talents and I know my calling, and I go. I get up out of my seat and grab my synthesizer and head towards the nuns that are playing guitar and trying to
they're trying to keep everyone calm.
So I have a move.
Mindy is probably there by herself with the nuns, and she's like, "It's okay."
I have a move called "Can I Get an Amen?"
Ooh.
And when I give a stirring speech or sermon to a group of people, roll plus soul on a 10 plus the group follows your directions as long as you keep talking. Treat them as a small gang. I think I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to get these people to, like, be calm and
yeah, because now they're
relax.
panicking. Before
Yeah.
the plane like dropped, what feels like 20 feet, but when you're in a plane, it drops like that. You actually did drop about 80 to 100 feet.
Yeah.
And now it's veering and buckling. There's more bolts of lightning. And they're panicking, and the nuns are trying to calm them down.
Sisters, accept the wave of life. We will wave back up, and we will reach the heavens, and we will not meet our end here, for we still have many oscillations to go. And I'm just like kind of giving a sermon while I'm playing synthesizers.
Right, yeah. And the nuns are looking at you odd because they're like, wait, are you giving a sermon about synthesizer music?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
we know what a sermon looks like. Wait, hold on a second.
What they were doing was whack, though. So I was...
Do we all see this on that? He's back in Coach with the nuns, right? So
yeah, for those of you in
Nick
Coach, you can hear
Yeah.
it. I'm sure Nick, as you're getting helped up by your friend Gail, because Kolchak always has some beautiful woman that'll never marry him, like helping him up, and she's like, "Oh, Nick, okay," and then, "Oh no," and then people are panicking and screaming, and then you hear this the sermon going. So Xander, give it to me.
Okay, that is a 5 plus 2 plus 3. That's a 10.
Oh.
And what does it say on a 10 plus? The group follows my directions, so I have swayed over this crowd and gotten them to calm down. Yeah.
So they, people are kind of calming down. They're around you. Your synthesizer starts playing.
It vibrates your soul. It just kind of makes you feel at ease. Or at least the setting does at the moment.
That's how I feel at a rave when I hear live music. It's it vibrates my soul.
Yeah, I should change my synth sound to something more relaxing.
Dum, dum, dum. And do you want the sisters to join in with you? They stand back.
That's up to them if they want to follow the wave.
No.
Join us as we ascend.
They do. They do. They oddly are very, very receptive in this, and they kind of join up with you. And
it's an F, by the way.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they go. So we got a little bit of Xander. We got a connection on deck. Your new pal is asking you probably for another to calm down.
Yeah.
Bolt and Nick, both of you, what were you doing as you hear the music? In fact, connection, you probably hear the music coming from downstairs. Like they're assembling downstairs. Like there's some sort of thing happening.
I might help out Nick, seeing that he fell and some danger there. He'll come.
Yeah, you just saw this
he'll be
this
like,
frumpy older guy get hit in the head with a full-on typewriter case. Yeah. You hear the ping.
I check
it's wooden and big and solid.
I look at him. I look him over, make sure he maybe looks okay. He doesn't need some kind of first aid. I look at the old typewriter.
He does have, he got a little
gash there,
crack against the head, a little bit of stylish 70s ketchup blood coming down there.
Yeah, I've had that.
You still have your pipe in your mouth? Okay, good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, keep smoking that. The name's Bolt.
You.
The name's Bolt. You all right, old guy?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Sonny. Thanks for the assist. Gail, got a question for you. You ever heard of an old bird named Lady Marjorie Rigby? Is she on this plane?
And she says, sorry, no, Nick, I don't recognize that name from the itinerary. And she's like, the most efficient. So she's like, no, I don't recognize that name. Why?
I don't know. I think she's involved in this somehow. I just haven't figured out the angle yet. But I'll get there.
Angle?
Angle, yeah. Investigation. You always got to have an angle.
Oh,
always got to have a perp. You always got to have a motive. And you always got to have. I always forget that last thing, but I'll find it once. Once I get my
Proof,
head.
Nick. Proof. The part you always seem to forget.
The proof. Yeah. Proof. Yeah.
I'll get you a B&B, and she kind of goes towards the refreshment cart now that the plane kind of starts to level itself out, oddly because of this synthesizer sermon that starts to happen.
I got a first aid kit, by the way. I can maybe help him out on that.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Good.
Not sure how that works, but is that just a roll?
No, you're just applying a first aid roll. A first aid roll. Sorry, first aid kit.
All right, I'll use it on him
to help. Somebody like a Xander who doesn't have first aid just has some weird ability to heal, lay on hands.
Yeah. Literally can't lay on
UFO
hands.
means, yeah.
I'll help out the guy. Speaking of ladies, I saw something, and it seems like you're the kind of weird guy that might be able to tell me what this means, because I saw a woman, I thought it was Sally Field, but it clearly wasn't Sally Field.
Stunt lady or something? What are you talking about?
Well, you said something about a Marjorie.
Yeah. My other typewriter here typed out this name on its own. I figured there's some sort of connection with that and the blood on the walls. You saw the blood on the walls, right?
Yeah, you want to tell me what the hell's going on around here? Because this does not
no
make any
freaking
sense.
clues to what's going on there yet, Sonny, but I am to find out.
Well, best keep an eye out, and he'll look at the rest of the plane, and the camera can segue to the next person.
Okay. I want to go upstairs and see what the connection's doing. Connection.
I think so. So I think the connection has passed out another round of Colombian marching powder to Emmanuel, Manny, and his friends.
Right.
We're tight now, but I think I think he's starting to hear the music from downstairs, and the connection. He's just like, oh man, there's some real vibes going on downstairs.
Yeah, it's definitely more your style happening downstairs. Upstairs are like waspy, rich people doing their thing.
And he sort of like floats away. Is there something that I can do to like remove my broke down condition? Can I?
Yeah, I would say you'd
Pills.
If you just take give me a free your mind in your case.
Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna roll plus soul.
Remember, the condition on free your mind is when you relax through indulging in a forbidden vice.
Here's the thing about the connection. I don't think he gets high on his own supply. No, he does not. Again, like
stone cold sober.
Underneath it all, he's a businessman. I mean, not stone cold, but I don't think it's his thing. I think he I think we see him sort of like tottering towards the stairs, and he's like singing to himself. And he's just like, if you are going to set
right. So his forbidden vice is still holding on to the ideal of the summer of love.
100%.
Very dark turn. Just like it's done. Vietnam happened. Like all that.
Yeah. No. Okay. And hey, I rolled an 11.
Nice.
So
yourself back, yeah. Get rid of that condition.
Awesome.
You just needed a little time to kind of
exactly
adjust yourself. Basically, that's I just wanted like a scene of you kind of
perfect
getting yourself back together. But yeah, you're downstairs. You see this crowd calmly. Everybody's in their seats, or those that aren't in their seats are around that gentleman that you saw earlier with this wackadoo piano thing, and you will probably see Nick and Bolt moving over to their seats, getting kind of patched up, and flight attendant Gail is getting her her sections taken care of, which would be first and this now, because you can't seem to find the others.
Right. Can I have a conversation with Xander while he's still like playing and like keeping his flock in order?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's kind of like talking to people and playing synths at the same time.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
it's interactive.
So yeah, the connection. It's very new parish. The connection sort of drifts over to Xander and is like, "Hey man, are you the boss vibe merchant over here?"
There is no boss vibe merchant. The vibes are all of ours to share.
Oh yeah, okay. Like communal vibes. I dig that. What's going on? The scene upstairs was getting pretty bogus.
Well, it seems like we're having a tumultuous trip, and I wanted to make sure that the people felt safe in the arms of the cosmos.
Cool. Yeah, the cosmos. It's got like big arms, like real big arms.
Galactic, even.
Yeah, galactic, cosmic arms. Yeah. But also they're really far away. So that's hard.
Well, we just need to bring people in closer then.
Yeah. What about Tiffany and the other stewardesses? I think I saw one of them get in one of those fancy elevators and head down into the plane. She looked pretty messed up, man. Like I know from messed up.
Like injured?
Oh no, like gone, man. Just like flat gone.
Well, perhaps I can provide her with some synthetic healing.
Oh yeah, no, I've got some of that too. I've got synthetic healing, but also organic healing. I've got just.
Oh, you got tabs?
Basically, I got tabs. Oh yeah. Okay,
I love that Father Xander, like the mask goes. He's like, wait, you got tabs?
I got anything you need, Padre. I got you covered.
Well, maybe we can be good friends. Do you want to check out this situation with the stewardess?
Oh man, I mean, she did me a favor, and I like her and all, but like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess we should, huh?
Well, what if we all go together? And
like us and all of them?
Bring the flock.
Yeah. I have a flock.
We're not all gonna fit in the elevator. Man. That's like two people max.
They do have 2 armor, I believe.
It is a one person.
They could take 2 harm but have 0 armor.
Right. Connection. Could you give me a keep your cool? You're using your smooth at this point.
Okay. Keep my cool with smooth. 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. As you're speaking, one of the nuns is near you, and you can see it. She's playing, to the crowd and keeping them going. She's kind of leaning in, listening to your conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you notice.
Okay. Hey sister, what's the deal?
Sister Mary Michelle says, no deal, friend.
Oh no, I think I know a deal when I see one, Sister Mary Michelle. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about the deal right now? Because I'm in a place where I really need to know more about the deal, and it would be really bad for me if I didn't know about the deal. Are you picking up what I'm laying down?
I'm sorry, friend. I
don't want to harsh.
He's like, it's a little loud. Like what? And
I don't want to harsh your vibe, but I'm gonna harsh it real bad if you don't tell me what you know. And I am 100% threatening a nun.
Getting in her face.
You're getting in her face. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. We'll do that, and then we're gonna cut over to Nick and Bolt.
Let's see. I'm getting in her face plus might.
Mm-hmm.
I get a 9 again. So,
okay. You made to choose one.
Tell me what I want to know or what they think I want to hear.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. They choose one.
Right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see. On a 7-9, you choose one, and then the DJ chooses one. Right. So you get to choose one of the list, and I'll choose one.
Okay. Then I want her to tell me what I want to know.
Okay. And they're gonna offer you. They'll tell you what you know. With the avoiding repercussions.
Okay.
Okay. And nun drops down and she says, first you're kind of talking, and she's like, oh, I don't know, friend, and whatnot. And then she says, look, something really strange is happening on the plane. I saw blood coming from the walls.
No shit.
And then she says, you're probably somebody who we want. And then she kind of moved her habit, and you see a badge that says ATF. And she says, you're the person we were looking for, but something even bigger is happening. So if you work with us to keep this together, we're going to act like you weren't even on this plane. But you screwed this up, and I'll put a bullet in you.
Hey, Copper, you'll never take me alive.
I mean, she did just say she was going to put a bullet in your head.
Yeah, no, I know.
If this screws up.
Yes,
And she looks over at Sister Mary Virginia. Sister Mary Virginia, like, gives the nod.
Okay.
Are they cops? Are they undercover cops?
They're ATF.
They're ATF.
They're alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Yeah.
According to the adventure, the nuns are ATF, and Alexi is the one that was like, I'm going to transport a bunch of hashish. I'm like, cool, I'm going to arrest you.
Fair.
But they have a sense that something even bigger is going on.
Cool.
So they're giving you the heads up that they are armed. Not that you should shoot a gun on a plane, but they are armed, and you help them, they'll help you. Let's figure this out.
Okay.
Because that's what she was doing, listening to conversation.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, they're being active about whatever. These hippies are being active about whatever's going on. So let's find this out. So we cut to Nick Novak, Bold Devers, and you bring Nick over to Professor Otto Krankheimer.
Yeah, well, I want to know about that. I want to tell him.
I love his name so much.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah, I'd tell him he was making these noises. This Dr. Envy, some
noises.
What kind of noise are we talking about there, son?
Yeah, he was chanting. Like these words. Don't say them. Don't say it.
Wait.
Yeah, he was saying this stuff. Don't say it. And I'll tell you, it made some kind of woo like your typewriter. Like there's some weird stuff going on here, and I don't understand.
Are you telling me that after he made them chanting noises that we started seeing the blood on the walls and the lightning outside and the plane going,
Yep, there's a connection there. And he saw a lady, so maybe that's your Marjorie. It's hard to tell.
What's this fella's name?
Otto. Yeah, Otto Krankheimer.
Professor Otto Krankheimer. At your service, and you see he's got handcuffs on because he's trying to hold his hand to shake your hand.
Yeah, he's my package. Don't break him.
You a Fed?
Oh, I'm a professor of physics, sir. Not anybody's package.
Yeah. I'm not a Fed. I'm just a freelancer. I take care of things.
Oh, you're like one of them bounty hunters then. Huh?
Yeah, you can call me that. Sure.
What's your name? And I've gotten my notepad out, and I'm taking Copious notes.
Bolt Devers.
Bolt Devers.
You might have seen me in the credits on the last Clint Eastwood film.
It's quite the name, Mr. Devers. Do you mind if I call you Bolt?
Yes, everyone calls me Bolt.
Bolt, well, where'd you find this fella from?
Well...
Other side of the pond, I guess, right?
Well, it was...
Look, I was just trying to have a happy family moment, and I was about to get married. And,
yeah.
And this ruffian snatched me up here, and you can't help a guy for being a hopeless romantic. I mean,
yeah, it's adorable, but you got to go back to the States and stand trial. So,
yeah, I suppose even mad professors who want to open the doors to hell still want to get hitched at some point, right?
What? I'm not opening any door to hell. I'm just look. Look, I have a family in the States, and I fell in love in the UK, and I wanted to marry her. I mean, bigamy doesn't mean you want to open a
right, sure.
door to hell.
I gotta say, I believe him. I mean, I lost my head there. You saw me by the screen. Something come and take over me. I mean, maybe someone's taking over him.
You said you saw some lady on the screen.
Oh,
was
yeah,
that Sally Field.
Well, it wasn't Sally Field. It was Sally Field, like, if she was very sexy, and she had the black hair and the white stripe.
That sounds so bad.
No.
Sally Field, but
hold on
sexy.
there, Mr.
But very well. She's a wonderful. I love Sally Field so much. But I was kind of going for the Tarakian, kind of heavy metal kind of version of a vampiress image in his head. So that's kind of what he would have seen. It would just be ridiculously lusty. It's sort of like, I don't know, with God, what was the Blake Edwards movie where Julie Andrews, like, shows it at the end? That was
SOB.
like this, yeah, it was sort of like, I'm feeling an SOB moment here with Sally Field right now.
Annie, can I get these off now? I mean,
No.
Yeah, look, Prof,
no.
spellcasting aside, you happen to know of a lady, Marjorie Rigby?
Yeah, I guess I should have called her Baroness. I like saying. Let's switch it to Baroness.
All right.
Oh, the bloody Baroness of the Bell End. Yeah. She's it's like an urban myth back in the Victorian era. She's some sort of one of those types like Bathory, figures she'd live forever if she bathed and drank blood and got into the worship of the pagans and all that. And I don't know.
Let me tell you though, don't knock it till you try it.
What?
Wait, are you saying she's a vampire?
There's no such thing as vampires.
No. Let's not be too hasty there, Prof.
Well, what's the word for it? That's exactly what you described. Someone who lives forever. A freak, an aristocrat. That's why I'd describe her as some sort of bourgeois weirdo. She bathed in blood. She tortured young women and practiced satanic ritual.
Uh-huh. Well,
and I, my friend, am an atheist.
Doesn't seem, Prof, that she's entirely an urban myth, seeing how Mr. Bolt here managed to see her image on the screen. Is that right, Mr. Bolt?
I saw something. I also saw that typewriter fall out of that and hit you on the head.
Yeah. And then it typed out her name.
Something typing to you. So where'd you get that typewriter?
Well, I was on my way back from my latest case, and went inside this old antique store. Beautiful Things. It was called. Well, Southwick. You gotta visit it there sometime, young man. Great store, great store. Weird looking bald guy, real thin. He said he had a very special typewriter for me. Help me make the best damn stories, win me the Pulitzer Prize. I said, sure, what the hell? It was only £5. And yeah, got it on board the flight, and well, I guess the old codger wasn't bullshitting me too much.
And you hear at that point, boom. Tina, it's Cap here. Hey Tina, would you mind making your way down to the baggage area? Seems like we've got a request. Would you make your way down to the baggage area? We've got a request from Angela down there. Thank you. You see Tina kind of start to make her way towards the...
Oh, I'd follow her.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm going to nudge Bolt and say, I think that's our cue, son.
And
you'd go past the connection and Professor, the Father Xander, and Tina kind of passes out some more things, and you see her eyes are super, super googly. Not like in a trance, but you know she took the blues that you gave her. Connection.
Oh yeah, she did take the
and
blues.
She's just happily like, whatever, you know, I'll do my thing. And
you want a triple? Okay.
Yeah, gotcha. She's taking care of everybody, and she kind of winks at you, connection, and starts to head towards the galley elevator, which of course is up and down throughout the plane, gets down into a baggage area or cargo, and opens it up. And you see that, it is an in-flight elevator. It's big enough for a person and the refreshment cart, so 2 people could fit in there.
We can follow her down together after, if we want to.
So what are you all doing as she's heading down there?
Well, the message over the intercom is talking about going to baggage. Does that
right?
That's baggage.
It does. Yeah,
okay.
It goes all the way down to baggage.
I'd wait for her to go down and then call it, and then take the next ride, so she doesn't know we're following her.
Hey, Padre, I feel like there's just gonna be a real bad scene down in cargo. Just a real bad scene.
Now the sisters are listening to you, and probably Mindy.
Who's Mindy?
She's the terminally ill.
Of course.
No.
Oh God.
I'm gonna wait till you roll bad before I have Mindy involved in any of your business.
I see. Do I see Bolt and Nick following?
You see them like perk up and get over that way.
I'm actually like, as they're following her, I'm coming up behind them, and I'm just gonna put a hand on like both of their shoulders and like turn them back around towards me. She'll be like, "Sorry guys, but what's your interest in our talented stewardess?"
This old, wiry, like fucking. Yeah. There's just like wiry muscle, old world punching style.
He looks old but weirdly jacked.
Around. Like... Oh yeah, no. It's like a lifer roadie. You know, the ones that you're like, well, he's gray and he's old, but he can also like chuck speakers across the stage.
Well, he's great.
And turns you around. Xander, were you with them, or are you still with your flock?
Yeah, I at least make sure that the what I thought were nuns can at least keep up the illusion of being nuns and keep people under control up here.
And they're kind of looking at you.
Like you're just like stay here, keep playing, have fun, and they're like, no, you fucker!
Because people are like on the edge.
Right,
just,
like, exactly.
As soon as you feel it, like once you stop playing, people turn around and they're like, oh, they're fine.
Come on, kumbaya.
Yeah, immediately I was like, oh, they're playing kumbaya.
Right?
The whole.
They kind of are like, all right.
Yeah.
Can Bolt hustle up to the because he wants to check on Farah anyway. So maybe he can kind of squeeze in on the Vader on the way down, and maybe I can take the first ride. And
ooh, okay.
What do I gotta roll?
That's gonna be some smoothness.
All right. I don't know how smooth I am, but I'll try it.
Hang on. So I pull you around and you just bolt?
Oh yeah, I'm like, no, I gotta deal with this.
Yeah,
she's
you just
about
see
to come
her
to the
like
elevator,
open
I'm
up.
gonna miss it,
It
and
opens up.
I want to catch up to her.
You go running to say, "Hey, I got to check on my tiger."
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I don't say that, but yeah, he's like, I gotta check on Farah. Sorry,
Okay.
I leave him with Nick to do whatever they need to do. My smooth is +1, so it's a 7.
Okay. So now you may. They do what you want, and you pick one. They act immediately. They do not demand immediate payment. They perform especially well, or they're happy with whatever this bargain is. You need to basically.
I just want to go down the elevator with her, so they're happy with the idea of me going down and check on Farah.
Right. And I'll give you that because she's high.
Good. Nice. I'm like, I gotta check on Farah, my tiger.
Right. Yeah. She agrees.
Hey.
She's got a little trepidation because she's you're
You're a strange man who's just forced himself into a
yeah
small
into
elevator.
an elevator. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
There's high and then there's high.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, he's very handsome. He's a very handsome guy.
You get in there with her, but Bolt, you from years of being a stuntman can sense that you're going to be in danger when you get to the bottom of this elevator. Do you still want to jump in the elevator?
Well, she's going to be in danger too, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm going to hold the elevator.
Okay.
How many people can fit in here?
2. Her
right.
and.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to look back at the other 2, and I'll try to look at her. And I'll say, I think Farah might have gotten loose. And I'll sort of freak her out and see if I can get her to think that the tiger's gotten loose in the hold. And it's not safe to go down
because
there.
she doesn't know what a Farah is.
Yeah.
She's like.
I start to describe that, just slowly and just building until it's like very clear that it might be that a ferocious tiger is now like loose on the hold.
So you're gonna cause panic by suggesting that a Bengal tiger is loose in the cargo hold of the jumbo jet.
Well, I'm going to do that as a distraction so the rest of us can go down there and deal with the danger so she doesn't die.
Right. 2 of you.
2 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll look back at the weirdo and maybe we can squeeze in, but. I have advantage if I can make a plan, so I'm not going to be all bold and jump down here. We're going to have to plan this stunt, so we might need to use like safe, flotation devices and various things before we go down that. So I'm going to make it take a minute before, and I'll come back to the rest of them, and after they're done talking, if I can hold the elevator and get her to kind of freak out and like leave and wait for me.
That still sounds like you're trying to get what you want there.
All right. So is that a whatever roll? Is that
Plus move.
So 7?
Okay.
I keep getting barely.
So they do what you want. You just got to pick one from the thing, which is,
I would say, it's again the bargain of like, let us go down first is basically the bargain. Let me and somebody else go down because it's not safe.
Right. Yeah. And she's luckily she's the one that's loopy, but she's it'll depend on who you're picking.
Well, I would pick probably Nick as the guy that I'm only one I actually kind of trust at all. The other guy's like crazy weirdo hippie dude, so I don't know. But maybe we'll give them a scene and like they can kind of figure shit out.
Yeah. Can we? Because how the connection and Nick like talk this out is gonna.
I agree.
Affect like how the rest of the scene plays out.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm holding the door, like kind of working it. Like, you want to back me up here?
And she's a little off kilter, but you start to express that you're the owner of a tiger that might be loose in the cargo hold.
Yes.
Which starts to, you see it light up in her eyes. that, oh no, Angela might be in danger. What are you gonna do? She is a bit panicky, and you point to who else to help you out.
I point to the two of them over there, and between Nick and our other new friend, and maybe she'd be like, if I point her to go talk to the priest or the reverend or whatever, maybe she'll relax if she'll be like drawn to the music in some way. Is there a way I could point her that way?
Yeah, she'll notice. She'll notice.
So you gotta talk to
Xander,
you gotta talk to that guy. He's the one everyone's listening to.
She's like, Xander, are you assisting in pulling her into your flock at any moment?
Sure. Is that like a help a brother out or something?
Yeah, that is a help a brother out right now because this stuntman in a full denim outfit is trying to tell the stewardess there's a tiger downstairs. She's like, wait, what? Okay, wait. Should I tell the captain?
Come, sister, come harmonize with me. It's plus hooks. Is that like a bond?
Right now, I'd give you because we'll say you all have a +1 because you are sharing a flight together.
Mm-hmm.
Just barely 7.
7. Okay, yeah. So then, by helping a brother out, they roll with something extra, but you expose yourself to danger, or you have to pay a cost. I'm going to say that yes. So she. Oh, that's right. They do have those. Okay. I remember. I'm remembering how the jumbo jet works. There's 2 elevators. There's one in the front galley and one in the back galley. Sorry. Okay. So she steps back, and the music starts to, fill her soul up and moves towards you. So you have the elevator bolt. But you can take one other person with you.
All right. I'll let those two work it out, and I'll look around the place to see if there's any other items I can bring to kind of deal with whatever's going to be down there. Maybe a TV tray, silverware, knives, anything else I can find that we might have while they're talking.
Okay. Yeah, because you're by the galley. That's where the back elevator is, by the galley. Yeah. So it does have, and this is before we had air marshals. So yeah, there's knives on planes, like that in TV trays.
And I'll try to make some shielding out of like a tray, a couple trays. Just in case I got to deal with like slamming into something. I'll prep while they're dealing with the.
Okay, so give me a keep your cool. Sounds like keep your cool brains because it's quick thinking.
Oh, brains? Really? Yeah. Oh, brains. Oh, I got a 12. So -1, so 11 with the brains.
Yeah, you got yourself ready. So you quickly kind of fashion stuff together. Right. The plane starts buckling again. And now it's more lightning is kind of going forth. And in between the strikes of lightning, you hear this voice that says, "I hunger," and it kind of is the turbulence is picking up. The rest of the plane believes it's turbulence, although probably Nick, you catch Big Easy's eyes, who's like, "Mr. Novak, we're gonna die."
It's all right, Mr. Easy. We're taking care of it.
They're looking at the rest of the ballers who are like, and they're trying to calm Big Easy down, but Big Easy's the one that's up blood. Like, we're gonna die.
And at that, I'll turn to the connection and say, "Listen here, King Kishi. Unless you and I are on completely different flights, there's some really odd, preternatural events that have been going on in the last, 10 minutes or so. Blood going down the walls, odd visions of Sally Field on the movie screen, and strange chanting from Mr. Bolt's friend over here, and well, we're about to go down to the luggage area to see if we can't solve this mystery. Now, you're more than welcome to help us. You seem like a strapping old fella. Maybe you can, help persuade me, or help us persuade some people who may need some persuading. What do you think?
I see what's happening here. Everybody ate the brown acid, didn't they?
No, not me. I'm just old Milwaukee's best for me.
I can
but
tell.
He still reeks of brine, by the way.
Right? Yeah.
Well, listen, Pickle Man. Be that as it may, all I know is that that nice stewardess, she had a real glazed look in her eyes when she went down in that elevator, and I knew something was wrong, and then you tried to follow this other nice lady down there, and I happen to know that she's not exactly in her right mind and could be taken advantage of, and so I just wanted to make sure that that your vibe was correct. This is a vibe check.
That first stewardess, she'd come back?
I don't think so. I think she's still down there. I get the feeling something bad's down there with her. If you are all going to go down, then yeah, I'll come with you.
All right, that's our intention anyway. Yeah.
Bolt's holding the gate so it doesn't close on him as it's.
He reaches into his duster and pulls out the brass knuckles.
The brass knuckles.
All right.
Nice.
Well, there's don't journey into the darkness alone.
Now, what about you, String Bean?
That's the Padre. He's gonna come with us. He's kicks ass for the Lord.
I do love that movie.
Any chance to check it, you know.
So you're gonna go two at a time.
Who wants to go with me first?
I'll hold the back. I'm the weakling in the party, so
okay.
You tough connection?
I'll come with you.
So connection comes, and then they'll take the second wave.
All right. So your flock starts to kind of surround the one stewardess who's kind of out of it and going. And folks are going down. We'll say Gale is in whom.
As we're going down, by the way, I want to make sure that there's a moment that not everyone sees, but the conversation of it starts with, okay, this is the plan. And then I hand him like one of the TV trays and a spoon, and then it cuts, and then...
Right, gotcha. Okay. So down into cargo you go. It's just quick. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of floors on a plane, so you go down to cargo.
A quick ride.
Yeah, opens up. We'll get you other two down there, and so you four are down there in cargo, and it's musty. I mean, it does smell like doped up tiger and and luggage. And soil, you smell the smell of like dirt and soil, and there's, I'm sure there's probably a bit of blood against the walls, and then that, and it's the lights are kind of flickering and eerie down here. What are you all doing?
Shit. Well, we'll send the elevator up so they can take it.
Yeah, well, that's there. All four of you are down.
Yeah, we're all down now. All right. I'll take the front and hold a tray kind of in front of me like a shield, and kind of ready to whack something, and kind of be ready for action. But is it kind of dark or?
Oh yeah.
Lights are flickering.
Lights are flickering, and it's usually, I mean, it's cargo, so it's not
it's not lit up.
It doesn't need to be brightly lit, anyways.
Yeah, so. I think I don't know what I have in the way of gear. I mean, I got a Zippo, so I'll light the Zippo. And
Marcus, I wouldn't have a vial of holy water and a cross on me, would me? Right.
Roll me your soul, please.
9.
You may either have a cross or holy water, but not both.
I'm gonna say a holy water.
Okay, a little bit of holy water on you. Gotcha. So you got to in one of your flasks.
Yep.
People think you drink out of, but you never do. You have your holy water kept in there. Okay.
Can I scope out the scene?
Oh yeah, please do.
I would like to also scope out the scene.
I would say the connection, scope out the scene, and Nick Novak, give me a roll first to help a brother out. You are helping scoping out the scene.
Okay.
And you have a +1 basically.
Can I help too with the Zippo?
It only goes up to +1, so.
Oh, wouldn't make a difference.
8.
All right. So you are going to give the connection something extra, but you're exposing yourself to danger or have to pay a cost. I will tell you that cost in a second.
All right.
I get something extra. I don't just get +1.
Yeah. You roll 3 d6s and you take the best rolls.
That's awesome. Because I rolled a 3 and a 1 on my first 2 dice, but my second dice is a 3, so that's a 6 total. +1 for my brains is 7.
7. There we go. So you're gonna scope out. So you're scoping out a scene.
I rolled the 4. I rolled the 4 before you said you were gonna help me, and you're like, "Yeah, I'll help a brother out." And I was like, "This is because if you get a 7 to 9, you open yourself up to danger." And I was just like, "Well, this is not gonna go well for either of us."
No.
But no, we made it.
So give me your question, which is: as this escape route out, anything hidden, who's in charge, who's the toughest person, who's the most vulnerable person, or who knows more than they're letting in. So you're kind of peering around.
I want to ask who knows more than they're letting on, but I'm not sure that it makes sense in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything hidden here?
Gotcha. So yes, there is. You see, and then this goes back to the negative effect for Nick Novak, that Angela, the one stewardess who went downstairs earlier, her eyes are alight and bloodshot red, fangs in her mouth, but she's holding forth Gale.
Not Gale.
Gale is kind of like what the hell's happening? And over behind a bunch of boxes, and things like that, and this figure that's made out of this kind of floating soil and almost viscous blood is reaching its hand towards her, and it's a feminine figure. And so that's what's kind of hidden behind these boxes. It's kind of silently moving towards her as maybe you hear like the muffled whimper of Gale as she's being brought forward, and this thing is like reaching out for her. What do you all do?
I run towards Gale.
Oh, sorry, Xander.
As that's happening, I fiddle with the knobs on my synthesizer and turn all of them basically all the way to the 11, and I just
you press you go for it. Okay, so you're we'll do that, and then I'll throw the spotlight around.
I have a move for this.
Do it.
Nice.
It's called God of Thunder.
Uh-oh.
And I yell to all my friends, plug your ears. And let's see. It says if it's too loud, then they're too old, and it's time to use it to your advantage. When you play on your instrument, drum up the volume and roll plus soul on a 10 plus. Multiple targets in the scene get deafened, staggered, and get disadvantage.
Okay.
Here we go. Holy shit. This is the biggest roll I've ever gotten in a Powered by the Apocalypse game.
Nice.
That's a 15.
What?
Holy Christ.
6 plus 6
double
plus
sixes.
3.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow.
So since it is you got yourself a 12, so what was the effect that happened?
Multiple targets within the scene get deafened, staggered around at a staggering around at a disadvantage.
Okay. then I will let you choose, of course, the multiple targets for that thing.
Not the tiger. Leave the tiger alone.
Yeah, who seemed like the biggest threat in this situation?
I'm gonna sweet.
Angela and the weird blood monster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dirt and blood monster. I think
Dirt
seems
blood
to be
monster.
the boss
Yeah.
right now.
Let's focus all of our attention on the dirt blood monster.
The reverberations like shatter through them. Angela is she holds her ears. You see her like hiss more. These huge fangs are coming out of her mouth. Her eyes are just bloodshot red. And
well, wait, can I get her as well?
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And she's staggering
you said
around.
she was covering her ears. So.
Oh no! She's covering her ears in pain, I should say.
Gotcha.
And, she's kind of staggering around, and the creature that's this kind of feminine humanoid form of both of this kind of soil and blood ripples apart and becomes kind of like her form doesn't take shape anymore. There's no longer the feminine form. It's just this wave that's trying to find itself as the synth as the synth wave, as the synthesizer music is rumbling through the belly of the plane. And then Nick, you were going.
Yeah, I wanted to use my heart on your sleeve move.
Yeah.
Underneath it all, you're still a good person. Roll with something extra when you do something to help a civilian. So I'm trying to help Gail get away.
Get out of the. She's in the middle of this onslaught. Okay, yeah. Dive for her. Yeah. So I'd say that's kind of keep your cool by the looks of it. And you're rolling with something extra. So you roll 3d6, take the best. And keeping your cool is kind of the in general move. It's however you describe it is whatever stat you're using, and it kind of sounds like you're using hustle.
Yeah, which I have at -1, but
You're
yeah, you know, I'm an older man, and you know,
what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get Gail away.
Just trying to run and grab Gail and pull her away.
I'll do a help action. That's what I was gonna do. So
okay.
Yeah, I'll help Nick with that.
Okay. So usually you're gonna roll with something extra. So say roll. Why don't we say roll 4d4? You're gonna take the best out of all that roll.
Okay.
And give me a roll connection.
I get a 7 for help a brother out.
So you're gonna be in a little bit of danger as that happens. Okay, gotcha.
-1, that would be an 8.
Okay. No, that's still fine. You stumble, hesitate, flinch. Okay. You grab Gail and pull her out of the middle of all this craziness, and you two connection, and suddenly this wave of soil and blood slaps against you connection, throws you to the side, and then dives into the air duct of the plane. And so Gail is taken care of. Connection, you're gonna get no, it's a soft move, so it bashes you out of the way. You kind of roll, so you're a bit prone. Not that is anything in this tactical game.
Yeah,
you kind of slam into suitcases. And
I have bad narrative positioning for doing like.
You have bad narrative. Yeah, in fact, you kind of slam against what you think is this wall, and you hear this of this predatory tiger thing like trying to reach for you, and it's Farah who's woke up out of her deep Benadryl sleep. Nice. And she's just like freaked out, like what is happening? The tiger is lunging for you, and but yeah, the thing kind of escapes into the body of the ship. plane, but Gale's pulled out and safe. All right, Bolt.
I'll try to calm down Farah if I can. I assume we have a rapport at this point. So
okay.
I'll kind of go easy girl, easy Farah, and I'll try to kind of do my move that I learned from the tiger trainer. When we had that montage where I was learning how to train tigers.
Okay. That sounds like you want to keep your cool.
Okay.
Or cool. It's I'm going to give you a choice. You either get to keep your cool and pick what stat you want to use, or get what you want with smooth.
Let's see. No, keep my cool with might. Yeah.
Yeah. You're powering through this.
Now, can I also make this part of the plan I was talking about in the elevator? Because I was concerned about the tiger. So that would give me.
You were concentrated. You were concentrated on Farah. Yeah.
Because that's what I think it would have been. So if I do that, I get an extra. So I get an extra die for.
You get to roll with extra.
All right, so I'll roll with extra.
Give it to me.
That gives me 12. 10 plus 2 might is 12.
Easily enough done.
Calm the cat.
So you get out what you said to do. She calms down. She kind of pulls her paw in from the cage as Connection's like.
I'll help Connection up and pull him out of there.
Okay.
Cool. She's a sweetheart. Don't worry.
Yeah.
She was more frightened.
Yeah. She's more afraid of you than you are.
Tiger. So,
Tiger.
Nick, you have Gale safe, but Xander, I'm going to give you control of Angela, who is the stewardess, who's a vampire, because she's still kind of trapped in your sound wave. What are you doing?
Can I? I kind of want to do like some sort of free my mind roll here, just to kind of like figure out what the hell's going on.
Wonderful.
I like that move.
Yeah, I want to know like where. I want to know what that thing was.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know if any of my occult knowledge would get me there, but.
So you're attuning yourself to this thing.
Yeah.
to the vampirist. Okay.
I
like this weird idea.
I'm just feeling out its frequencies,
Yeah, I just saw a movie where they were trying to fool a demon on a plane with a baby doll for human sacrifice. That was
Nice.
Terror at 37,000 feet with William Shatner and Buddy Ebsen.
Okay, that's
It didn't work, by the way.
Aww.
Demon was like, "That's a plastic doll."
I rolled a 6 plus 1 plus 3, so a 10.
Oh, 10. Wonderful. Okay, so you tune yourself in. You start to free your mind, and I will give you truthful and a mostly clear answer. Right.
So I'm just sort of like astrally projecting and just asking the universe for insight.
While playing the synthesizer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wonderful.
Like it's still super on the super loud setting, so I'm just kind of like almost like just dissociating.
So right, the thing that was made of soil and blood is the Baroness, and she is being transported out. And she just was getting hungry, so she's starting to feast on currently attendants of the plane. And your mind kind of drifts out into Angela's mind, and she's kind of in the thrall of this vampiress thing, and it zips up into the plane, and we cut to the cockpit with the pilot, co-pilot, and plane engineer who are drinking. And you hear the glasses clinking, and you hear the tone cling of what they're drinking. It's not brandy; they're drinking blood because they are vampires.
Oh,
Why are there vampires on a plane?
Why couldn't they just be snakes?
Couldn't there be snakes?
Goddamn vampires off my goddamn plane.
But so far, those are the only ones that are vampires, and she is in the plane now. She's in the kind of air ducts of the plane, kind of moving through, figuring out the next move.
Okay.
I want to try to track her at some point and see if, once we have to go back up the elevator, I suppose.
I assume so. Yeah. Connection. I'm going to send to you, then I'll turn it to Nick and Bolt, and then we'll regroup.
So Angela's kind of like.
Yeah, she's caught because he rolled such a ridiculous good roll. I'm going to just say she's going to caught in the sound wave. So it's hard to think and hard to like speak to one another. You're kind of yelling, but you also have a vampire that is caught in a sound wave, which some people would say like, hey, that's not how vampires work. And I say, but they're not real.
Fuck it.
So if a vampire's caught in a sound wave, then a vampire's caught in a fucking sound wave.
Yeah, they have no spirit.
Who are you, the vampire police?
Yeah, they have the spirit. They just can't. They can't vibe with the music.
Yeah,
Professor Vampire of Vampire College, who knows how vampires work. Fuck you, get out of here.
She's like,
Okay, I'm actually going to take advantage of the fact that she has like her mouth open, and I just like palm a bunch of blues. I'm just gonna like, boop. I'm trying to
get a vampire high. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm trying to knock a vampire out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cause she's probably just a thrall.
Right, exactly. Like I'm not. I think the connection like looks down at his brass knuckles, like looks at this like messed up vampire stewardess, and is sort of like, no, there's another way.
And a vampire did die from stereo in Lost Boys, so sure, let's make a vampire high.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
And all right, so you chuck blues down in her throat.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't even know what move this would be. I think it's a keep your cool.
Yeah, I think it's keep my cool.
And I think it's brains because it's quick thinking.
Done. I will take keep my cool brains. Come on, dice. Yeah, got a 10 plus 1. I got an 11.
Nice. Yeah. So her physical being starts to like go into this slumber. You see it like fidgeting and fighting like to wake up, because she's not dead. She's possessed by whatever this thing is.
Right.
And her arms drop and she drops to the floor and she's kind of wiggling. It's this, in a decade or two earlier, it would just be the quick head motion special effect, but it's not. So it's just an actress going,
yeah.
All right. She's still there, but yeah. Yeah, and like, this would have OD'd somebody, but she's just asleep,
Yeah.
Right.
Drugs is an inexact science.
It is.
And anyone who says otherwise is probably some kind of drug scientist. Those drug scientists.
Silly drug scientists. Brilliant, beautiful drug scientist.
I should have made Otto a drug scientist. I know.
Nick Novak. What are you doing now? Gail's like, what the hell's going on, Nick?
Are you okay, Gail? Are you all right?
She's kind of checking her neck. She's like, yeah. I wanted to see what the hell was taking so long, and I cabbed to come on down here. I came downstairs, and Angela jumped me, and this thing like burst out of this sack.
We're talking vampires. I'm afraid, Gail.
What?
Yeah, reach into another jacket pocket and pull out a flask. Make sure it's not the holy water. Here, you want to drink?
Oh,
I'll drink that.
And she's like, "Jeez, it's always something with you, Nick."
Yeah, trouble just seems to follow me. What can I say? Look, we gotta find the head vampire. I bet you that's it over there. If we get rid of the head vampire, we can take care of the lot.
That's not a head vampire. That's a puddle.
Puddle? What are you talking about?
That's like a smear.
A smear. She says, just save our friends, save this flight. I don't know what needs to happen, Nick. I'm here.
Gail, your sister stewardess here is she's gonna sleep for a while. You stay here. You tie her up, and if it seems like she stops breathing, Just make sure to clear her airways, stuff like that. You'll be fine. Don't get too close to her teeth. They're sharp.
I don't think it's a good idea to leave Gale alone with the puddle. Do you?
No, the puddle left.
Oh,
yeah,
the
the
puddle's
puddle
in the
is, so
vents.
it's she just kind of got disrupted. Her body got disrupted, and now she exists inside the plane and the airwaves, and
okay.
is planning her next move, which might be take over the plane.
Can I look at the
we'll
bag?
see.
Can we look at the bag that supposedly she came out of for
Yeah.
some kind
Yeah.
of evidence? I don't know. I'd help someone out because that's not necessarily my thing. I've got a little bit of a detective skill, but I think I'd probably share it with everybody.
Well, you're a tracker. So.
Yeah.
This sounds like a job for Nick Novak, honestly.
Yeah. I smell it.
You bring over the sack. Meanwhile, Gail is like takes off her Victory Airlines ascot and starts tying up Angela, and she's like, do you still need to keep playing that, sir?
When she says that, he kind of like comes to and is like, oh
yeah, he was in like
He's in
this
the zone.
dream, like full on eye roll, like
Yeah, Padre, I think you can ixnay on the Uzik Nay.
I was astrally projecting. You gotta ease your way back to your corporeal form.
Yeah, so the father's eyes roll back to normal, and you lift up off there, and she ties up Angela, so she's taking care of that one. Okay.
The camera like lingers a little bit too long on the scene of her tying up Angela, and when you watch it in the modern day, everyone's like, "This part is uncomfortable."
This is uncomfortable.
Yeah,
this is what is happening.
The connection is heading back towards the elevator.
Okay, so you start
that
running
bag.
out. Okay, you go check out the bag with Bolt. Right. So, whoever wants to scope out a scene, and then one of you can roll help a brother out.
I can help you, and you want to do the roll for that? That's more your thing. I'll help you.
Do it,
That was
Bolt.
good.
I got a
Get it,
9.
Bolt.
What do I roll with the help? What skill? What plus?
So it's a +1 because
Okay.
the hook
10.
is you're all on this flight together.
Okay.
All
A
right.
10. That's a
You're-
10.
So your friend gets to roll with something extra with no, and you get no consequence, Bolt.
Nice.
Okay, so
you
I
got 3
rolled
dice.
3d6.
So you're rolling 3d6. Take the best two.
Okay. 10 plus 1's 11.
Nice.
Nice.
Right. You may ask me any of those three questions. The three questions, of course, are fastest escape route. If there's anything hidden here, who's in charge? Who's the toughest person? Who's the most vulnerable person? And who knows more than they are letting on?
Is anything hidden here in this bag?
There is. It is actually underneath. You'll see that it is part of this kind of ruffled or a ripped, huge canvas duffel bag, and so the dirt kind of had covered it. But you pull it back together so you could tell she kind of erupted out of this duffel bag here.
Okay.
Well, we kind of figured that.
But there's nothing else in the duffel bag when she's looking?
There's a tag.
What does the tag say?
It says property of Captain Alexander O'Neill.
Oh shit!
Oh.
So he's the vampire transporting one of his thrall. And the thrall.
Or he's the connection says as he's like disappearing into the elevator, he's like, or he's the thrall transporting his master.
All right, we gotta find this thing. We gotta find this thing.
And you make it ask your second and third questions, which is vulnerable, toughest, who's in charge, fastest escape route is probably not, and who knows more than they're letting on. But
Yeah, who's the most vulnerable person in this room?
Probably me.
I'm gonna say we'll transfer that around and say, is she vulnerable at this time? Yes. If we're talking about the lady vampire, she is not in her full true form yet. So she is she's desperately trying to get back her form, which is why she was starting to absorb and drink as many people as she can.
So
a whole plane full of people.
The whole plane's dangerous. We got to get up there.
Yep. And who knows more than the living on?
Oh, yeah. Easily enough. I will say that it is the captain. So I will say that's the follow-up. It's the captain. Yeah. And by property, I'm going to have you suss out that, well, you need to be able to move around and transport this stuff during daylight. Vampires probably don't move from daylight, so Captain Alexander O'Neill is probably Hernfield.
That makes sense.
Gentlemen, we need to have a conversation with the captain.
Yeah. Before we go, I'm going to make sure the tiger smells the bag so he knows what the bag smells like.
Okay.
Just in case later she needs to sort of track down something. I don't know. I'm not going to let the tiger loose on the plane.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I will give you that as an extra. So she sniffs that and is
right. She knows to attack it. You know,
is kind of does the little greasy lip against the cage. You know, and
does she respond with like an icky kind of?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It smells, but she also smells blood, and you know she
great. Man eater.
Yeah, you don't want to make a tiger a man eater.
No.
Goodness gracious.
But a vampire
especially
eater.
A tiger a vampire eater.
Just specially trained for
Bolt Devers, you'd be a new kind of vampire hunter with your pet tiger.
Oh, that would be awesome.
It's a brand new show we can
That's
pitch
be
on
our
ABC.
We're going to have a Morkborg 70s thing. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, this is definitely
this
is more NBC. Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay. So, Connection, you're heading upstairs. Xander, Bolt, and Nick, what are you doing?
We'll go up too. I mean,
up as well, for sure.
Okay. So we're just gonna quickly smash cut, starting you heading upstairs. But Connection, you're going upstairs. Are you going up to coach area or first class?
I'm going up to coach.
Okay.
And the first thing I'm going to do is walk down the aisle, walk past my seat, and glance to make sure that my briefcase is still there.
Ooh, I like this. Yes, it's still there.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it.
You haven't made any tough rolls, so yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it.
Okay, so you snatch it up and it's there. You pass by the group that's actually no. Where are we at? 10:20. Let's fucking ramp it up. Let's ramp it up. You get upstairs, and the captain says, "Boom." Like soon as you get upstairs and the doors open, or the little sliding door opens, you hear the captain say, "Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed your in-flight movie. I got a special guest here who's about to enjoy her in-flight meal." And the air valves, that let in air start to open up. And you see a few people, not everybody, but you see a few people like choking, and then all of a sudden their eyes are starting to get bloodshot red, and they're clutching at their passengers. The old English gentleman is still asleep. But so far, none of the Bronx brawlers have fallen into this. It's just those nameless other characters on the plane who are starting to succumb to the lady as she's feeding on them and trying to like pull her body together, making other thralls.
Has she like coalesced enough? She's in coach, right?
Yes, I mean, but you know, the Baroness would say she's in first class, but yeah, she's in coach.
Yeah, has she coalesced enough to have like a central? Is she starting to like develop a central body?
She's getting very Imhotep body in the sense that she's just a giant head floating in the room, and she's like absorbing the blood of these individuals.
Has she focused on me? Like, can she see me?
No. Okay. Not yet. So you grab your bag or you grab your backpack, look up. This is all happening. Meanwhile, we kind of smash cut to Bolt, Nick, and Xander. Bing! They're up in the elevator. But Connection, I'm going to give you the first action. Then I'm going to switch it over to you guys.
I think the connection is like slinking back towards the elevator with the briefcase, and as the elevator opens, he's like, "Guys, it's a bad scene up here."
Guys, it's a bad scene.
Yo,
To the rest of us,
no, you're right. Hang on, I gotta chill the connection out. It's like, hey, I think it's a pretty bad scene.
It's a pretty bad scene,
The
guys.
vibes are extremely bogus.
And then you look over the camera kind of pans over the shoulder of Connection, being the eyes of both Xander and Nick, and you see people are like
like blood like streaming from their faces,
blood coming out. Like, is this you see the big face like opening up in the middle of Coach where the lounge is. You see you know, the bartender like, oh, you know, and it's this now it's got more of this feminine face, and she's kind of cackling and laughing as the blood is like giving her form, and she's even feeling bigger because, I mean, there's hundreds of people on this flight.
I immediately grab Bolt by the arm. Bolt, I got a crazy idea, and I drag him towards one of the emergency doors.
Oh God.
I was thinking the same thing, pal.
Xander, what are you doing? Because Xander, you see these two go, I got a crazy idea, and like go running towards the emergency door.
Well, I have a move for like enhancing battle, so I'm kind of like preparing.
That's right.
Can you plug into the intercom?
Right. The Holy Roller Rocker is this kind of like 70s bard cleric.
Mm-hmm. Can you get on the airplane, like, you know, that the stewardesses use, the intercom, and like use that to...
Yeah, because you're right up in the galley, so you see it. It's right there.
There. You can plug in.
Okay, so the move I'm referring to is called Black Belt in Crazy, and it says when you sit out a fight and play an inspiring tune to fire up your friends while performing, everyone on the team rolls with something extra and gains the area trait to their melee attacks.
Oh my God!
I'm trying to hype everybody up, and I start playing the song that I was like playing in the intro when I was getting by the security officer. So he just starts jamming out.
Yeah, and then we see you like grab the intercom microphone, like slam it down onto the speaker. Hey, give me a roll. Oh, you don't even need to make a roll. Oh, do you need to make a roll?
I don't know. It doesn't say I need to roll.
Yeah, so you just need to narrate. You just need to.
I just can't be in the fight.
Right. You're just saying you're narrating this. So all of a sudden, you guys are getting fired up. Nick Novak and Bolt Devers go for like a better word, bolting past the connection. You probably see like, you know, the auras of everybody as they're turning, you know, into these things. And I'm gonna say let's take a 5-minute break. Get back here at 10:30 because it's a little bit of a bio break. So if people are still watching, gosh, I hope you're excited as I am, because we're about to open the emergency hatch on a plane that's about 37 past in the air.
I don't think you physically even can with the pressure.
It's the 70s, for goodness sakes.
We're gonna shoot out the window. Probably.
Yeah, we got all think of all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna say like even the nuns are getting wrapped up in it. Everybody's turning pro.
It's gonna be amazing.
We'll wrap some belts, safety seat belts around our arms.
Yeah,
that's what
good idea. Hell,
yeah.
You can see the Bronx Ballers have like a golden basketball you can throw at the thing. I don't care. Let's see what happens. So stick around, see what happens. 5 more minutes, and oh my God! All right.
Okay.
I'll take
a hell of a movie.
5 minutes.
I like this.
Yeah, this is awesome. And we are back.
Oh man, and the plane is shaking. The lights are flickering all over. There's people who are being I went to school for drama, so anybody ensanguinated is correct.
Yeah.
Ensanguinated. Thank you very much. I went to Catholic school, and then I worried about being an actor.
Yeah,
I don't know much.
Catholics love talking about blood and death.
Goes in.
Yeah,
X is when the blood comes out.
Exsanguinated. In their seats, except for the old British guy and probably the sick little girl, because the vampire's like, oh no. That one's gonna go pretty soon. So they're pulling it out. There's the pregnant lady's about to give birth. I don't know. So
there's a kid with the wolf mask still running around.
Right, he's still running around. I was a different subplot, everybody. The intercom gets blasted as Father Xander of this strange synth. What's your church?
He calls himself a priest of Korg.
The priest of Korg. Yes,
Korg,
that's right. I thought you were gonna say Moog.
It's a Japanese. It's a Japanese synth company.
That's right. The priest of Korg starts blasting at the plane. Is probably we cut to the cockpit. The pilot, co-pilot, and engineer are like and fangs. And here we are. Oh man, Bolt Beavers and Nick Novak go running towards one of the emergency exits.
Yeah.
Good almighty.
Grab a seatbelt, wrap it around our arms, kind of look at each other, make a plan.
Anything else for the others that are
Yeah.
Remind me what the vampire's name is again.
Baroness.
Baroness.
We switched it to Baroness in the writer's room. We were like, it plays better.
Yeah.
Marjorie Rigby.
Rigby, yeah.
Marjorie Rigby.
Okay.
Rigby.
So
Eleanor Marjorie Rigby, sucking your blood at 37,000 feet.
So the connection sees that Nick and Bolt are going for the door, and he realizes that he needs to do something to distract the vampire.
Yeah, you see the head like looming around, and in fact it catches their movement catches her eyes, and she's like you see more of them like moving towards them. So what do you do?
The connection walks up and he goes, "Hey Maggie, long time no see." And I'm gonna use the move. I heard you were dead.
Oh my God. Are you ridiculous? Go ahead and do it.
When you meet someone important, roll plus smooth, and I get to roll with something extra. On a 10+, they've heard of you, and you roll with something extra for the rest of the scene when you deal with them.
Okay. Let's see if the connection is this immortal being.
Nope. The connection fucked it up.
Remember, you get to roll with something extra.
I know. Even with something extra, I rolled a 1, a 1, and a 2, and I have +2 smooth.
Wonderful.
So,
I love it.
That's a big fat 5.
Wonderful.
So that that's not going to go well for.
Okay.
Everyone's.
So I'm going to use my hard move, put somebody in a spot, which is you. And she like everything stops for a second and drops, and she turns towards you, and she says, "Your blood is pure. You do not imbibe the junk of this modern world." And she opens her mouth, and blood is just being pulled from your body. So take 3 harm.
Oof. Okay.
And a connection is kind of floating in the air, life force style. And she's like, and she's totally conscious. So it almost works in the sense of you are distracting her at the cost of maybe your life as she's pulling blood from you in life force. Nick Novak, Bolt Devers, what are you doing? I'm going to assume that
We let the crowd know to buckle up, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe you yell at the nuns.
Yeah, nuns, buckle up.
Okay.
I could let Xander know, and he could say, "Buckle up, everybody!" Part of the song.
Yeah. How do you say fasten seat? Because the captain's not turning on the fasten seat belt. He wants people to be,
Is there a switch by the thing for the stewardesses and stuff too?
There is, but everybody's panicking about the giant blood mummy demon thing sucking their blood. So, how would you tell everybody fasten their seatbelts at this moment?
My brothers and sisters, even though we are ascending through the sky, we must ground ourselves. And I don't know if there's any like synthesizer pun I can make here.
I know.
Everybody Moog back to your seat.
It's Moog.
It's Moog, by the way. Actually, it's Moog. Why don't you give me a roll too?
Okay.
Because you're making the flock do what you would like them to do.
Okay. Should I? Oh, I should probably do my move then again.
Yeah, because
can I get an amen?
Yeah, can you get an amen? That's the move.
Oh my God, they're doing it for sure. That's a 6 + 5 + 3.
Gee, birds.
Wow.
Xander.
Well, okay, I min-maxed this character.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Like if I told you to punch the vampire, you'd be in trouble. But so everybody's like getting into place. They're like, Father Xander, please. And they're trying to grab the ones that are being exsanguinated, and they're like, no. Professor Otto Krankheimer's like, should I say Anel Nathrat or something? And the nuns are like, they pull out their ATF badges. They're like, all right, calm down, get your seatbelts on, listen to the father. Get your seatbelts on. They see Bolt and Nick start running towards the emergency exit, and they're like, one of the nuns, Sister Mary Virginia's like, son of a bitch, you crazy motherfuckers. All right, and wow, yeah, we're gonna open up a door. I think this is keep your cool.
Yeah, and roll with something extra.
We all get extra, right? Cool. We all get something extra for both of us.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so who wants to keep their cool? And I think I want to give one of you something else to do in this, unless you're because you're helping each other out.
I get 11 on mine. Yeah. I get 11.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with who wants to crack open the door?
I'll do it.
An 11. Okay.
I'm the danger. I'll take the hit too, or anything that needs to happen.
Okay. Nick, what do you do?
Well, I envisioned me and Bolt having this moment where he puts his hands on the door handle. I put my hands on his, and we both look at each other.
Yeah.
Give a nod.
Right.
And then both yank down on that.
Coordinated.
All right.
So maybe I would be helping a brother out in this case.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm gonna take your 11, but Nick, you're gonna give me your help another out because help a brother out because you might be in danger. So go ahead and roll +1.
So what am I? I'm sorry. What am I
trying
rolling?
to help my roll?
You need you help your roll, which is already passed, but I just need now to know if Nick's going to be in a bit of danger. So,
so I'm rolling 2d.
Yep, 2d6. Actually 3d6 because of Xander's thingamajiggy.
Okay.
And take the two highest.
Doesn't count.
I hear a lot of rolling.
9.
Okay.
Unless I can add a stat to this.
It's hooks. So if you rolled a 9, or was it a +1?
I rolled a 9, so that would be a 10.
Okay, so it's a 10. Yeah.
Okay.
So both of you crank this door open. You have seatbelts strapped all around you. Which are probably little side seats that the stewardess would be on in these emergency situations. So they're even bigger and kind of longer, so they strap across your body. And boom, the door is not there anymore. It just it just
it's gone. Oh
it
shit!
rips off the hinges. And I'm gonna take your good rolls and everybody's good rolls that everyone is okay except for the connection who's being pulled by this thing, and her body starts getting sucked out. You see like this glops of bloody, muddy soil like slapping against you as she's being pulled out. And her body is disintegrating. She screams in not anger, frustration, but she's still pulling the life force out of her one good huckleberry, the connection. She's like, and you see his body, because he was not bolted down, so he is flying out of this plane. So what are any of you doing?
I'll try to grab him. I'll take a hit if I have to. I'll try to get my body in the way so he doesn't go flying out as her particle craziness is flying over him, like closing his eyes like it's the end of Indiana Jones, like no!
I'd say it's acting fast, so let's keep your cool with hustle.
Okay, keep my cool with hustle. All right. That's 10 plus...
There it is.
2. Oh, right, my hustle's... Is it 1 or 2? I forget. It's 1. Yeah, so 11.
11 altogether. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. You grab onto the connection's lower torso, you grab around his waist, and she gets pulled out of the airplane. Her connection, or her tether to the connection, gets pulled away at the same time as she screams in frustration. So connection is fine. The Baroness of Blood is gone. There is a hole in a plane.
I
Yes.
run to go take care of my new friend, the connection.
Oh, nice. Okay, give me. Oh, jeez. Yeah. So, because the vacuum is still in play now.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there are no pilots to kind of drop you down to stop this, to stop the depressurization from happening. So, and that's with hustle.
Oh, okay, cool. It's a 9.
Okay, that's fine. I'm supposed to offer you an ugly choice, but instead of my ugly choice, is just that the people who are vampires are no longer vampires, but they are unconscious, and that includes the cockpit, and so the plane is diving headlong into the Atlantic, but we're very far up. We've got time.
If I can, I want to make a run down back to the luggage area and get Gale.
Sweet, yeah.
And
yeah, it's just quick, a smash cut. Like, you're out of the elevator. Gale is probably slammed up against like a bunch of stuff. She's like holding the tiger. No, she's like, what's going on, Nick?
We were having a moment.
She She slams up against a bunch of stuff. Right. What do we got, Nick?
Gale, you know how to fly a plane, right?
And she's like, what, Nick?
You know how to fly a plane, right?
What am I, like,
Come
Karen
on.
Black?
And before she answers, I
that
pull
movie
her.
the sequel to that movie just came out.
Bolt
Airport
does
75 now. It's Airport 77, but Nick, it's 79 for God's sake.
Bolt knows how to fly a
Numbers
plane.
are just numbers, Gale.
Right.
Come on. Work
right.
with me here.
Yeah. So grabs you grab her to go running up, and we're gonna hope she knows how to land a plane. Okay.
I think Bolt would know. Bolt would know, like, from flying a plane. I mean, there was that horrible crash, that changed his life. But he would have been a stunt pilot, so he might be able to help.
Yeah, and I mean it's Good and questionable. You know how to crash a plane.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, no, I have like behind the wheel, like I have it as an ability, right?
Right. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Death proof.
Oh, that's right.
I
I gave you death proof behind the wheel.
Yeah.
In the odd chance that
So
you would need to land a plane.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
So Xander, you got a hold of the connection. The connection's kind of connection. You're coming to a bit. You
I was gonna do a move on him actually.
Yeah. Because you're coming to, but you're
Groggy,
super weak and
exsanguinated.
Yes, exsanguinated. Xander, you go ahead.
My friends, I heal you. That's a 10.
Oh,
+1, +3.
You're rolling good tonight.
I have a +3 soul. What can I
that's
say?
right. It's a soul thing. That's right. Connection, you are coming back into our.
You heal
our
2 harm.
Nice.
She's have 1 harm left, but that's just being weakened and hurt.
What does it feel like when the vibes just overtake you?
Yeah, what's it feel like when the vibes are taking over, bro?
This was like the end of Woodstock. When they beat up all those people, everyone was screaming. Yeah, man.
Oh, you mean you can see in the future, Connection? You can see Woodstock.
Has Woodstock not happened yet? Never mind. Yeah, actually, the Connection wakes up and makes some like weird comment about something that hasn't happened
about
yet.
something about a limp biscuit.
Woodstock was earlier. No, I guess not.
When was Altamont?
No,
Right.
Woodstock was 69. Woodstock happened.
69.
Yeah.
Woodstock happened. I'm just saying the revival of Woodstock, like the fire
the
and the
90s
fucking
cheesy one.
chaos that
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
Fire
Right.
festival.
Yeah. So you're feeling good. I'm gonna go with you first, Connection. What are you gonna do? And then I'm gonna cut to Nick bringing Gale into the cockpit and Bolt dashing into the cockpit as well. So Connection, what do you got going on?
I mean, I kind of want to find something to like plug up the giant hole that is still
a door size hole. Yeah, it's the plane is fastly depressurizing.
Right.
Now it's just a lot of wind and chaos. Nobody's being sucked out of it, but there's a hole, the door size hole in the plane.
What, like, is there anything around that's that size that I could like that's larger than this doorway that I could use?
The bathroom doors. The bathroom
You
door.
could take a couple of beverage carts and stack it.
Exactly.
Okay.
There is a business coach size bar as well, and
The piano.
okay. With
and the piano.
the
Yeah.
with my
Not the synthesizer, but the piano.
pretty impressive I thought about the synthesizer, but that felt like stepping on someone else's toes.
I'll push you out.
You stand out there and act
fucking
as the doorknob.
synthesizer.
I'll
Gotta
hold.
plug this door.
You could use the
using
synthesizer to power the plane in case the engine dies.
It goes down.
So saves.
Using my not inconsiderable might, the Connection slowly shuffles over to the bar and just tears the top of the bar off and slams it into the doorway.
Yeah, it's one of those like semicircle bolted on bars, so you just rip the bar up. Okay, give me keep your cool with might.
Okay. I'm rolling with something extra because we're still in the scene.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Well, I stopped playing. So.
Oh shit! Yeah, you stopped playing. So just roll.
Okay. I get a 9.
That's so good. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. All right. Let me see if I've got anything fun in store. Yeah. I'm gonna say future badness. You slam that shut. The camera kicks on, and I mean it fits oddly perfect. Who knew like a stand-up semicircular lounge bar was the size of an airplane door, but and your body you just jam it up against this thing. No, the English gentleman has not woken up. And he's right by there. Some of the Bronx Brawlers are there helping you out, like keep it like slammed shut. And my soft move of announced future badness is you open up the cockpit, both Nick and Gale, and all three of the piloting staff are unconscious. You don't know whether it's the 7 bottles of cognac that are in here, the Crown Royal, or the vampirism, but you see the clouds start to separate, and as you start to see the clouds start to separate, you see the moon glint against the Atlantic in front of you as you're still far above it, but diving deep into it as you see the Captain O'Neill's body is lurched over the controls, like pushing the plane nosedive. Jeez. All right.
So start helping move the captain and the other crew members out of their seats.
And I'll jump in. I'll jump in place in the captain's seat and try to figure out the controls and just pull it up on the stick first thing.
And pull up this stick.
And then just let them like.
Nick, give me a help a brother out.
Okay.
You're helping them move these bodies around.
7.
Wonderful. Okay. Yeah. So you're getting them all back, right? Mm-hmm. And a very groggy Captain Alexander O'Neill pops up, no longer a vampire, but still a Renfield. And his hand grabs you by the chin. He's like, "Hey, hold on a second. Did you get rid of her?" And he's like, I'm gonna put your lights out, pal." And he kind of grabs you. You shove Captain out of the way and jump in there, bolt divers, because you could either help your friend Nick Novak like fight off this drunken Renfield of Captain Alexander O'Neill, or pull the plane up.
I'll take him out. I'll try to help my friend.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
so does that take a hit? Does that take a hit or?
I think you're going to. Yeah, no, take a hit.
All right.
Take a hit because
it's kind of a stuntman thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because he goes wrenching at like he's probably got some sort of tool, and he's been waiting for something like this, and he goes after Nick Novak.
All right. Well, technically, I'm death proof now because I'm behind the wheel, right?
No.
Oh, because I'm not doing that. Darn it.
No, because the plane is still in a nosedive to the Atlantic because you've decided to help your friend.
All right. Well, it can wait. The water's further down.
I mean, the water, there's lots of flotation devices on this thing.
I have ignore the crowd, which if I'm under pressure, then I can get extra.
Yes.
So this feels like kind of like a lot of pressure.
Oh, no. Yeah, I put you under pressure because you're about to.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Is this 11? So is it might? Then it's 13 if it's might, or it's 12.
Okay. Then there it is.
Yeah, I grab the guy and like just.
You'll
smash
avoid
him.
harm completely. You kind of boom bash up against it, and he pulled you back, and he's kind of struggling with, but it doesn't even hurt. Like this monkey wrench like hits against your clavicle, and you're like, ha! That's the clavicle I get broken all the time. It's nothing. And for now, because you've done that, I will say Nick Novak using Gale as kind of your arms. You get to save the plane.
Oh, okay.
And if that fails, Bolt will get one last chance to save the plane. Because you're wrestling with the insane Captain Alexander O'Neill. So Nick, go for it.
All right, Gail, honey, get on the horn. You better let the nearest airport know that we're coming in hard.
She's like, she dips on there, and she's like, all I see is the Atlantic, Nick.
There's no airports anywhere.
She said the screaming and shouting
and lights,
it.
And we got some buttons, we got some switches, and we got this thing.
It's like, Mayday, Mayday! The flight 1313 is we're going down.
Does Mayday arrive at that point? All like looking.
Yeah, Mayday.
Cool?
Yeah. Mayday comes running. Grace Jones comes running downstairs. And,
you called me.
You called me.
I'd like to use my
after bath.
I'm gonna go with keep her cool.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna use my soul, because this is going to be the single greatest column I've ever written.
Right. Yeah. You kind of make sure your hat's right.
Yep, covering the huge bandage on my forehead.
There it is. Go for it. Oh my god.
And I'm rolling.
Tiger's loose.
Huh?
No, I'm kidding.
And I'm rolling 2.
Yes, you're rolling 2d6 because Xander is no longer.
Okay. Plus my soul. That's a 7.
Wonderful. Yeah. So someone has an flinch. Wonderful. Beautiful. The plane starts to pull up, like just at the last minute, and right. It won't be a choice. I'm going to give you a very strange outcome.
Okay.
The plane pulls up, and I mean it insanely starts belly flopping against the water. We cut back into the body of the plane, and everybody's rolling around. What are you doing as the plane is slamming against a water landing? Connection and Xander.
I have my briefcase like clutched tight to me, and
right.
I think like several of the basketball players who are all strapped in have like grabbed me as like the plane is juddering, and they're just like trying to keep me like towards the ground.
I like this. That's keep your cool with charm. So keep your cool with your smooth.
With smooth, okay.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine. That's okay. Here's my tough choice for you.
Go for it.
Do you keep your safety, meaning I'll give you harm, but you keep your briefcase? Or do you stay safe and the briefcase flies out of your hands?
Nah, I keep the briefcase.
Right. You burst out of the Bronx baller's arms a bit. Yeah. Big Easy kind of grabs you a bit so you don't completely cave your head in, but your leg slams up against one of the loose typewriters. There's like it seems like 9 of them in Nick Novak's area, and it breaks your leg. I'm not going to give you any harm to that, any hit point damage. It just breaks. It breaks your leg.
Okay.
But you slam down into the arms of this basketball team. Kind of basket toss catches you a bit, and everybody ducks down. Xander, what's happening with you?
I let myself kind of ascend as the plane is crashing, and I just do some sort of like faith fall.
Oh my god! All right,
nice. The eye of the storm.
Jesus. It sounds like keep your cool serenity. So roll with your soul.
What I was going for.
Yeah. If you roll snake eyes, I will laugh my ass off.
Oh no, I rolled good. I got 5 plus 3 plus 3. It's an 11.
Your body follows the tune of the music. You got a 7 altogether?
Oh, 11.
Oh, 11. Okay. It follows the tune of the music, and it's almost as if the plane, every hard surface of the plane that's knocking is not coming to you, as your body is kind of floating around, miraculously like bouncing off of cushions, flotation devices, the fat English old guy, and
who's still asleep.
Who is still asleep. You pass by Mindy.
I catch her in midair and
Right.
keep her safe.
Yeah, you catch her in midair, and you also catch the baby that just popped out of the incredibly pregnant woman. You lay down there.
Korg brings us all together in harmony.
Korg brings us all together. Mindy says, "Well, I was ready to die, but okay." And you land.
You will live again, child.
Yeah. All right. I'm an
You live
atheist.
again in the cosmic embrace of Korg.
Gotcha. Bolt Devers, you are punching the shit out of this Captain Alexander Neal, basically the cause of all this craziness. What do you do as everything is? Because you are definitely not strapped in.
Right. I want to do this. As the plane is about to crash, I want to ride his body into the front windshield of the plane.
Oh, God.
Slam it up against the front and then drop into the co-pilot's seat and then help take the wheel and look at Nick and then just start pulling with him and just look at him into the eyes and so that's a multiple little maneuvers there. So it might be
That's a lot of keep your cool. I love it. All right, give me might first.
Might? Okay. Might is let's see 10.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. You slam Captain Alexander Neal, who is no longer being imbibed by the blood of the Baroness, so he is no longer a vampire. He's just a possessed,
he's just an asshole,
crazed asshole. Dies quickly. Just as you hear the snap of that as the water rushes past the window, in synchronous with the blood from his smashed head against the cockpit, and you jump back, flop into the seat. Give me a help a brother out roll, please, +1
for me.
As Bolt gets into the seat, I turn to him and say, "I just wanted to say good luck. We're all counting on you."
We're all counting on you.
Luck isn't good or evil. It's just with you or against you.
Give me a roll.
Let's see. That's 9.
Yeah. And is that 9 altogether, even with the +1?
That's with the +1. So it's 9 out of 10.
Yeah, you pull up, and as you're giving your speech about luck isn't, you kind of slam up against the thing as you're pulling up.
Smash my nose up against
the
and
it and lands. So everybody lands, and the camera cuts to the flotation. Slides popping out. People are starting to get out because who knows if the plane can stay afloat long enough. And we will cut to, we will end our movie. People.
Oh, I lost you,
Marcus.
Oh, no.
Worst time!
This is the part where we all fill the space. There, he's back.
There we go. Okay, you're back.
Yes,
we lost
the suspense was perfect.
Yeah, my thing dropped out for some reason.
You're back.
Hold on. There it is.
Oh.
Okay. Various flotation device.
Yes. Try again. You're garbled.
No.
You're unstable, Marcus.
Unstable mutation.
That was the moment. That was the moment too.
That was okay.
Now
you sound good.
Yeah, you're in.
Here I go.
You're with reality again.
Here
brother.
I go.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, reality. Sorry.
That's okay. We're cool.
Okay. Here I am.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So then we land. We're in the middle of the Atlantic. You are all kind of getting out, and the camera kind of pans over, and this moonlight is lit, and you think you're in the middle of the ocean, but not too far off. The camera pans up to this lonely tropical island, and the mountains look ominous like a skull.
Oh.
And we will leave it there. to possibly continue the adventures of this crew.
That'd be awesome.
On Skull Island.
Terror on flight 1313.
And
welcome to Skull Island.
Welcome to Skull Island. And so that's where we live. We will leave Terror of Flight 1313. Oh, what a fun movie.
That was
well done, everyone.
Good job, everybody.
That was awesome.
Yeah, so
All right, for a
unfortunately...
few little technical hiccups.
Yeah.
Welcome to Skull Island had to be scrapped midway through production. The director ran away with most of the cash. All of the actors were on drugs. The connection was never.
It was actually 30 kilos of hashish in your bag. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It was actually hashish
it
they were using.
It turns out that Terror on Flight 1313 was an elaborate scheme to smuggle 30 kilos of hashish out of England.
It was a huge drug smuggling, money laundering scheme by this production company that was arrested about 10 years later. Most staff.
I think Jodorowsky was an interesting choice for directing the film.
He did want to make every flight attendant take extensive martial art class in the desert, nude, for months at a time.
Yes.
Awkward.
But yes, everybody who tuned in to join us tonight, or will be watching us hopefully in the future on YouTube, that was Terror on Flight 1313, an actual play of Spirit of 77. That was some shadow stories from the Midway tabletop. We're gonna wrap up and chit chat afterwards, but I will say. Thanks for joining us. I am your GM, Marcus Flores. I'll turn it around to give you everybody who played tonight connection. Take it from here.
I'm Alexei Uthman Gerard. You can find me on Twitter at VoxExMachina.
Nope.
Who's next? Oh.
No, and I'll zip it down to Father Xander Kazooie.
I'm Devin Nelson. I'm at Devin Decibel on Twitter, and follow my band, the Y-Axis.
There it is. The dashing, played by Lee Majors, but played even better by Mark Johnson. It's Bolt Devers. Say hey, goodbye.
Hey, goodbye. I'm Mark Johnson. I'm on Midway Tabletop every Wednesday night or every other Wednesday night, depending. And I'm on all these things, and I love it. This is great. So, thank you, everyone, for letting me be part of this,
And our faithful journalist with 9 10-pound typewriters, Nick Novak. Badger, say goodbye and plug anything you'd like.
I'm Badger. I'm a relative newcomer to Midway, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. I am also art director and book designer for Stygian Fox. We do a bunch of supplements for the Call of Cthulhu RPG. New Tales of the Miskatonic Valley 2nd edition will be out in a few months. We have a ton of other projects going on. Also, I run Squama Studios. We publish Lovecraftian card games, Feed the Shoggoth, and its expansion Morsels of Madness is out, and Arkham Relic Hunt, our next game, should be out very shortly.
Very nice. And yes, I played them, and they're very, very fun. I played one of them, and hey, it's your old drunk buddy, Uncle Cuss. It's me, Marcus Flores. You can find me, Marcus Flores _13 on a bunch of socials like Twitter or Instagram. And I usually say at that point, you can sign up and yell at me for playing Dungeons and Dragons wrong. But boy, this is powered by the apocalypse, and it gets to be as wacky as we want it to be. So thank you for joining us. Please check out some of our other shows. And Matt Steele is coming very, very soon in October with a Call of Cthulhu adventure. You Unspeakable Things for our Shadow Story. So if you like more serious, very scary, very tense, very insane Call of Cthulhu, please tune in to him. And tune in for season 2 of the Eternium Road coming this next Wednesday. And if you're watching this on YouTube, join us on Wednesdays, because who knows what Wednesday that could be. And we'll have links to everybody's goodies on our YouTube channel. And hey, I love you. Have a great night. It was a lot of fun.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Yeah.